1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Mental Reps podcast, featuring your host, Brian Wright. This week's episode is sponsored by the Field Irish Pub Eatery, a little piece of island in South Florida, as well as elite sanitizing services, keeping South Florida clean and in business. And Lilli Schipper of Lokation Real Estate.
What's up, y'all? My name is Ian Edwards.
Hey, this is comedian Brett Ernst.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Reed, the TV play-by-play voice of the Miami Heat.
Hey, I'm Ron McGill, Goodwill Ambassador here at Zoo Miami.
This is Pablo Francisco.
Hello, this is radio's Paul Castronovo, an aging teen idol, and you're listening to the Mental Reps podcast with Brian Wright. Do me a favor, keep your head on a swivel, you goofball, you.
Now fade out that fresh-ass beat, and let's get this bitch on the road.
Welcome to Mental Reps Podcast live at the Field Irish Pub and Eatery. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. Want to give a huge shout out to the incredible staff here for their hospitality. These are awesome people. Jay, Sean behind the bar. We got the whole crew here tonight. Want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us. We've got some great sponsors. Our other fantastic sponsor, Elite Sanitizing Services, keeping South Florida safe and in business, as well as Lilli Schipper at Lokation Real Estate. Thank you, Lilli Schipper, for sponsoring us this week. Appreciate you. And we've got quite a bit planned. We normally get to about half of it, as you guys who've been to these things before know. Anything can happen. If you've never been to Mental Reps Live before, here's the deal. We've got that open microphone right there. If anybody has a question, just come on up at any point and you can ask a question. Or if you just have like a topic that you want us to take for a spin, whatever it is, come on up to the mic. Do not be shy. And huge thank you to everybody watching on the stream right now. We are on live Mental Reps Podcast on YouTube, and we are monitoring the comments. I got some help here to help us monitor the comments, so make sure that you guys get involved, ask us questions, and we're going to get to as many of them as we can. Like, we really, really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Okay, so who am I? I'm Brian Wright. I'm the host of Mental Reps Podcast. I've been on the radio for about a decade or so, on and off. You might have heard me on The Shark or 101.5 Light FM, 790 even back in the day.
Oh,
when
my
we
bad,
were
big time.
Co-workers with my buddy here. This man is an ex-co-worker of mine at Entercom. He was an absolute beast of a punter for the University of Miami Hurricanes from 2003 to 2005, right? Six, okay. He's a broadcaster, very good one at that, and an even better dude. Give it up for my man Brian Monroe, everybody. Brian Monroe. How you doing,
I need
dude?
to come on more often with these compliments, man. I don't get this in Miami too much.
Dude, I'm telling you, you deserve it, though. You're a good dude. I would run into Brian, and, you know, everybody thinks that, oh, you work at the same station or whatever, and you guys must hang out all the time. We had crazy schedules, and whenever we'd run into each other, we'd just kind of find, like, a couple minutes to chat or whatever when we were getting some coffee. And I always liked Brian, or we're at, like, a Entercom, like, holiday party or some shit like that. We always just kind of ran into each other, always had some good conversation. And I know that our other guest is going to be here very shortly, and I was like, we were going to wait, and I said, you know what? She'll get here. When she gets here, she can hop in, and I'll introduce you guys to her then. Very, very good second guest who's coming, and Dr. Anna Lepeley. I'll tell you more about her in a little bit. But, dude, maybe while it's just you and I, maybe we can get into a little sports.
Because she says she hates sports,
yeah,
right?
she's not like a big sports fan. So maybe we'll get into a little sports first. See, this is like, we'll mix it up. It's not as planned. But, dude, the draft this past weekend, Miami Dolphins, I think I got like the highest grade from Mel Kiper Jr., them and the Chargers. We got some big holes filled. What do you think? Well, first off, like, obviously, we all know that you know about that and everything, but I want them to find out a little bit more about you before we get into the draft. So tell everybody a little bit more about yourself, your background, and how you got to where you are now.
All right, so growing up, I'm from the Bahamas. I moved over to Palm Beach, Florida when I was 4. I feel comfortable here because my mom is actually from Northern Ireland.
Ah, yeah,
so
buddy.
when I bring that up, everyone looks at me and goes,
yeah, Black Irish.
Yeah, sure you are. Yeah. Sure. Then I have to show pictures, and she's short, red hair, freckles, the whole 9 yards. So it works out very well, you know.
I love it.
Girls think I'm hitting on them, guys just look and laugh. But played soccer my whole entire life. Never played football, never watched football. Don't have a team still in the
hence
NFL.
The leg.
Hence the leg.
Yeah.
And then my sister played softball. The softball coach told the head coach, hey, by the way, you got a kid that can kick a soccer ball the whole field. All right, so cool. I go try out for the football team. I've never even picked up a football before, just a Nerf ball leading up to that. So I'm looking at it like, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to kick this thing? So I do some kicks, whatever. He goes, all right, great, you're on varsity.
Damn.
I said, what?
Wow.
He's like, you're on varsity. I was like, no. You gotta go talk to my little mom over here because all she thinks of football is violence, violence, violence. So you have to convince her first. He convinced her. She would come to the games, read a book, not even pay attention. And I mean, I felt like I was terrible my first year as a freshman. I thought it was awful. It was awful. Started getting decent, got recruited. I was lucky enough to get a full ride at University of Miami.
Hell yeah.
Here I am down now with the U. So
that's what the fuck we're talking about.
You fancy now. You fancy.
Dude. We're not fucking around here, dude. We're not fucking around. That's what we're talking
So did the whole football thing at, UM, loved it, loved Miami, hence why I'm still living in the area. Went, did a little bouncing around the NFL, nothing serious, went to Canada. Froze my ass off. I said, I'm good. I'm done. I'm going to get a regular job. This shit sucks. So I came home, became a personal trainer because I needed something that was easy to bounce around to workouts. And then, there's a radio show back on 790 The Ticket that was all Canes. So all we would have was former Canes would come on there. And they asked me to do it one time. And they're like, hey, you're kind of good at this. You should look into doing radio. So did my little interviews. Then I got into 790 The Ticket.
There you go, dude.
And here we are. But COVID... I'm fired now, so
yeah. Aren't we all?
It
well,
is
at least
what
most
it is.
of us, yeah. No, dude, we were part of the 2020 casualty list, you could say.
We got the boot.
But yeah, we got the boot, no pun intended.
Yeah.
So dude, let's talk for a second about I obviously Reggie Roby growing up as a Dolphins fan, that was the guy and the only black punter that I knew of in the league. And before him, I think it was like Greg Coleman or something.
You know better than me. I didn't know anything.
I didn't know, but so I found it interesting. I wanted to kind of ask you maybe why you think that is and why there aren't more like in that position. Like, because you always normally see like, like the little tinier white dude, and you never really see. But Reggie Roby was my guy, one of the best punters in the entire league.
A big dude as well. Yeah. A big dude. So it's simple, right? You just said a little white guy, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you get most kickers from? Soccer.
Yeah.
There's not many people. There's not many black American soccer players because it's not a dominant sport. Every other country, that's the number one sport revenue. So if you're coming from being poor, the only way to get out of there is if you play soccer to get some money. Here it's football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse in certain areas, hockey in certain areas. Soccer is normally like low down a totem pole. Yeah. Now it's getting better. Now you have a lot more Americans getting involved. The team is a lot better if you look at them, and they have more black guys, European guys, people that are saying, I could go play here, but instead I'm going to come play for America. So in my opinion, that's why you see less kickers and punters that are black, because if you're in your area and you're, a black dude that can jump and do whatever, you're going to be a kicker?
Yeah.
No, you're going to be a quarterback or something sexy. I just didn't know because I didn't follow football. So I could kick a ball. So I get out there and everyone's like, yeah, look at this kicker. And I'm like, is that supposed to mean I'm not athletic or something? All right, let's go line it up because I'm competitive.
Yeah.
I'm competitive as heck. And, at one point at University of Miami, I was playing receiver because as a scout team dude, I was just mossing dudes, and they were like, yo, you need to come over here real quick and catch some balls with us.
No, you're definitely athletic by athletic builds. So
listen, nobody guesses that. No one's going to say, oh, hey, you played at the U. Well, what position were you? I'm like, yeah, go ahead and guess. I can give you $100 if you get the first time.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
Receiver, DB. And they look at you like, you ain't big enough to be a linebacker. And I'm like, I was a punter. They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, dude, that's
crazy
loved it, though. But I like that. That's like, two worlds colliding there. It was kind of perfect that you didn't know much about football. And like, who knows how that could have worked out. Maybe you would have honed in on that different skill, but you already had this great skill of punting. Like you said, they were using you in other aspects of the game as well. So it was kind of a beautiful little fit there, and you were able to kind of play to your strengths.
Yeah, listen, it was one of those things where you're like, all right, I'm good at this, but then you start seeing dudes do other things, and you're like, all right, I want to do that as well because I don't want to be in the sideline. I need to get involved more, so.
I get it.
And I still, to this day, though, I don't have an NFL team that I root for. I'm just a football junkie now when it comes to information and watching the game.
Even after all the years covering the Finnies?
You know what it is?
Frustration?
And I don't even care if there's a lot of Dolphins fans in there. They suck at the front office. from Jeff Ireland to everybody else. They're
God, I wish you
drafting
were
their
wrong,
free agents,
dude.
but if you look at their history, you're like, you really took him over that guy?
Yeah, and we're still
Is this
rocking
the
this
fins up
song
thing?
from like the late 60s and 70s. Yeah, we're still going old school on it, dude. Yeah, the front office has been an area of frustration for all the fans.
It has to be.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But I do really like where we're headed. I think that Chris Greer, I like Brian Flores. What do you think?
I love Flores. I still don't know if I can trust Chris Greer yet because people say, oh, he hasn't been calling the draft picks. And I'm like, yes, he has. That 2017 draft that was terrible was him.
Yeah.
You know, was it Harris over TJ Watt? And you're like, he did a great job with that one, buddy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if I can trust him. Obviously, this year, they finally took a guy from the U. So
yeah, buddy, Jalen
I'm happy.
Phillips.
He's a beast.
Beast.
He will be a freak for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the last 10 years when the Dolphins actually, you know, take a cane, they're successful. Olivier Vernon, successful.
Woo!
Lamar Miller, successful. Everyone else is like Vernon Carey, I think was the last first-round pick that they took from him. Successful, 8-year career.
Yep.
Before that, you're like, yo, you see all these dudes in your backyard and you didn't want to take a chance. And they're sitting in front of you like, hey, pick him with the third pick.
The people that we passed up on the path, that's like, as a Dolphin fan, you can look back and just be like, Jesus Christ. We got a question. Jason.
Hey guys.
What's up?
For both the Bryans, because I know you guys have lived here for a while, but Brian Monroe in particular. So obviously wins are a big thing, but we see professional sports teams that even don't win and fill stadiums. It's no secret that Miami, the teams, just a lot of empty stadiums constantly. What do you think, having lived here for so long, is kind of that missing element that Miami sports teams need to be for Miami to be a sports town?
So I always say this from playing here, and even, you know, my 2003 team that I played for Miami still had, you know, 6 first-round picks, very successful. But if we played at 12 o'clock on a Saturday and we're playing Rutgers, who sucks, most people look at you and go, all right, sit in the hot sun for 3 hours, watch this sorry team play, or go to Lincoln Road, go in the pool, go to the beach, go on the boat. You know, Miami's different than saying like Gainesville or Tallahassee, Nebraska. There's nothing to do. There's literally nothing to do up there. It's either sports or you sit and drink and watch TV or sit in your backyard.
Preach.
You know, no pun intended, I really don't like the Gators of Florida State, so, you know, I'm going to try them every time. But that's really what it is. We have so many activities that if you're not super successful or indoors, you will never, ever continuously sell out in Miami. I mean, think about it like this. If you don't make it entertainment, as far as we have stadiums that every single stadium has a club in it, that tells you where like our mentality is. Like when the Heat were good with like LeBron and everybody, nobody.
That's how it is at the stadiums. That's pretty.
You know, okay. When LeBron was here, they were the best. Now they're decent. They're not. They're sitting 6.
Hey,
but if you
dude,
look
don't talk shit about my Heat either, bro.
Listen.
Go ahead.
One thing you're gonna get from me is I'm gonna keep it real.
All right, I like that.
I'm gonna keep it real, and that's how I used to fight with the dudes at 790 because they'll be like, "Oh, now they're gonna win," and I go, "You look at the team; they're not set up to win right now.
You know better.
They don't."
Yeah.
And you know, in the Heat games when LeBron played there, when you looked at 15 rows down, it didn't look like there was a Heat game going on or a basketball game going on. It looked like we were going to the club. It's because this is Miami. That's all they want is entertainment, AC, and it better be crazy. If it's not, this is the place to be and show on social media. No one's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna change. So you have to be really good in this city for people to show up, especially when you play bad teams.
Yeah, it sucks too, like being one of the good fans, I believe. Like, and obviously we don't have the worst name as fans down here because of everything that you just said, and it is frustrating because you want to, you know, support and see your team get supported like that, and then to see everybody just not follow through, and they'll be like, even talking, we'll be on the air all week and be like, let's go, it's gonna be a big game this weekend, and you see it's like we're playing FSU and there's like flurries of open seats in stands. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But It's very frustrating. I think that it is absolutely indicative of where we live, and there are good fans down here. They're just much harder to find.
It is. I mean, listen, we have the percentage that are sports junkies that no matter what the Dolphins do, I'm going to show up. No matter what the Heat do, I'm going to show up. But we have a lot of people from out of the state, out of the country, so they already have their team. So they say, okay, when the Yankees come here, the Marlins sell out. St. Louis Cardinals sells out.
Exactly.
The Steelers come here, and I see all these terrible towels. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on right now?
I went to a game when they were playing Cowboys, and it was like
nuts.
60-40 Cowboys fans.
Nuts.
I'm like, fuck.
It's it's gonna happen, even though in like Florida State, Miami in the last 5 years, we've both been all right, but not great.
Okay, hold on a second. We're just going to take a brief break because our other guest just arrived, and I want to give her a proper introduction. Everybody, this woman is an absolute badass. She's a doctor, nutritionalist, author, comedian. She wears all those hats with style. Please give it up to Dr. Anna Lepeley, everybody. Give it up for Dr. Anna Lepeley. Let me squeeze out of the way so you can squeeze in here. This is Brian. Anna, meet Brian.
Brian, nice to meet you.
So yeah, how was the drive? You were coming from Boca?
I came from Boca.
Oh, let me put your mic on. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is the coolest pirate ship I've ever been in. When he goes, we're going to be in Fort Lauderdale. I looked at Griffin. I'm like, it's going to be in some shitty shopping plaza. And I walk in and I see the banyan tree in the front. And I'm like, holy shit, this place is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, I've got a little feedback here. Let me see. Get that back away. So yeah, we were just talking. I figured before you got in here, we were going to get into a little sports because I know that wasn't exactly your forte.
I heard you love talking sports, though.
Yeah.
No?
You did work with some athletes back in the day, though, right?
I did. I used to work. I worked with a Dolphins player. He was really well known for his college career in West Virginia, and he was a Dolphins quarterback.
Pat
and this
White.
was some years ago. Yeah, you guessed it. And I was working with a chef. So the chef made the meals, and I kind of administered the macronutrient distribution. So the fat, the carbs, protein. He needed to gain weight.
A lot of
weight. He was getting, as they say, sacked or whatever. In comedy, sacked is a different term. In football, it's totally.
This is gonna be great tonight.
He's getting hurt a lot, and I said, the chef goes, this guy's really well known, and I go, yeah, who is he? Like, Ron Jeremy? This guy. He's like, but Pat White. And I go, I have no idea who that is. Let's put me with him because I don't know anything about who plays what or in sports. So I worked with him, got him to gain his goal weight in about a month and a half. But he didn't stay with it.
No.
And this is in the summertime.
He didn't stay with football either.
No, he didn't.
He went into baseball for a little bit after that.
He went a little off the deep end.
Yeah. Very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. But the problem was that he didn't stay consistent with it. I was supposed to meet him again. In the summertime, it's so hard to gain weight. If you're training in the summer, you're dehydrated on top of it. You're experiencing appetite suppression. You're getting, mild heat illness every day. I couldn't get him to stick with it. So
Pat White, that sounds about right, doesn't it, Brian?
Oh, I've heard some stories about Pat White.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to talk shit.
I don't think I can say some of them on air.
Yeah,
but,
you can say whatever you like.
I had some mutual friends that played with him at West Virginia, and then knew some Dolphins guys that knew him as well. So,
okay.
Well, we like to call a space cadet.
Right.
Okay. So you're a second round pick, I believe it was, for the Dolphins. You're the quarterback. You got to be here. Your job's got to suck. Sometimes you got to be bored. All you got to do is hit the books, hit the film, know every position, and he's just like this.
Yeah.
All over the place, and you're like, damn, bro, you ain't gonna last. And then I heard some stories about him. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be done.
Yeah. Well, we put him into like that crazy formation. It wasn't
Wildcat.
It wasn't Wildcat. I thought it was something else it was like Bullet or something. They created one just for him anyway. All right, so Anna's here. She's like, what the fuck is the Bullet formation?
They got back into sports.
Yay, sports.
I'm like, Pat's a nice guy.
Yeah. So we were just talking. He's a University of Miami alum. Anna
really
has
cool,
a book.
By the way.
Yeah.
I heard some cool stories about UM. I actually had a professor who used to train them, and there was some controversy, but great guy. I actually performed his wedding. I used to be a wedding officiant in South Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what's up.
Yeah, brilliant man. Used to work with the UM team, but before your time. So.
Not Dr. Elko.
No,
Okay.
it's before your time. You're too young. So.
What do you mean? I could just look good for my age. Black
Yeah,
don't
that's
crack.
true.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm Cuban. It's same shit. I
Okay,
know.
there you go.
You got the Irish in there too, mixed up real nice.
No, the Irish part ages. No.
Yeah,
that ages.
that just makes you an alcoholic.
That's it. That's all it is.
So Anna is an author. She has a book out called "Beer is Good for You."
Mm-hmm.
And
Actually, my second book.
Your second book.
Yeah, that means I'm insane. Actually, technically my third, because when you do your doctorate, you have to write a dissertation thesis. That's your first book.
Shit.
That's the most boring one. You can't swear in it. You can't make any profanities. So I know, exactly. It's torture. So I wrote my first book. It's called Stop It, 18 Habits That Hinder Your Libido and Make You Fat. It's on how you can naturally manipulate your testosterone levels and why it's so important for both men and women.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
We couldn't tell with your arms up here. You know what I'm saying? I see you got the
Dude,
sleeveless
why don't you
on,
flash
know?
them guns
Yeesh.
for everybody real quick?
She
She's
go back to the gym.
Take them to the gun show and shit. Yeah, so you practice it as well. You're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk over here.
I do practice what I preach, but I don't. You know, I had to tell you with my second book, Beer is Good for You. It discusses the health benefits of moderate consumption of beer and alcohol. But I'm a terrible drinker in the sense that I barely drink.
Interesting.
So that's
so
the thing. I know.
Do you have some thoughts for somebody who does drink perhaps an alarming amount of beer, but wants to watch the waistline? Like I drink.
I thought that was more of a terrible drinker. Like you black out.
Dude, I drink Coors Light now because I always was like a Yingling guy and of course Guinness and stuff. I can't, like, I'm always thirsty. And I even got checked out about this at a doctor and I'm like, do I have like diabetes or something? And they're like, no, I'm like, so I'm just a thirsty boy. And she's like, you're just a thirsty boy. And I was like, okay.
For Coors Light?
I guess. So all I could
weird.
do is drink though. And I just drink it. But they're like 100 calories each. So I don't think they're that bad. But like, okay. So what do you think? You said moderate consumption. What does that mean to you? Because I might have some different thoughts on it.
It's funny because when every time I do comedy shows or beer seminars, usually comedy shows, when I mention the word moderate, everybody wants to know what that means. Yeah. But in research is what we have to go by. So
we gotta get Anna a drink, by the way. Sorry. What do you want to drink?
No, I can't.
Water?
I have water. I'm okay. Thank you. You guys are good.
What are you in season?
I'm a lightweight. I gotta drive, and that's the thing. I'm gonna do an open mic. I don't do comedy drunk. I don't do these kinds of things drinking because then I'll maybe start talking shit about like an ex-girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. But that's what we want. Anna.
I know. I do it anyway sober. I'm more dangerous sober. So
What's her name? Fuck her. What's her name?
There's like 500. What do you mean?
Damn, big time. Okay.
So, all right. So in research is what you got to look at. In the U.S., which isn't as fun, moderate is defined as up to 1 drink for women and for men up to 2 drinks.
In an hour?
I was gonna say.
Thank you. I like that.
30 minutes?
I like your research philosophy better.
Come on.
That's in a day.
No.
And in British research, for women, it's up to 1.5 drinks a day. And for men, you're looking at upwards of 2 to 3. And in other studies I've seen, because the majority of beer research comes from Czech Republic, Italy, Spain, some from Germany, but mostly in the first 3 that I mentioned. The U.S. isn't so big, and I guess it's because of the ethics. You know, they have to worry about how they're going to get home. In Europe, they're like, fuck off, you figure it out after, you know? Spaniards love researching beer. A lot of literature comes from Spain. But their definitions can be upwards for women 1 to 2 drinks a day, and for men 3 to 4. But again, it all depends on what health benefit they're finding in that study. But typically, moderate is defined as the lower end.
Okay.
The sad lower end.
Dude, I am.
No.
You know what I think of sometimes, and it helps me sleep at night, is that old man from Grumpier Old Men, and he's like, I drink beer and eat bacon all day, and he's like 100 years old, and obviously that is not going to happen to me, but I like to think that it's a possibility. But I have tried to take care of myself. This whole like last year is kind of throwing everybody through a loop, I think, but try to take care of myself. But that's one thing that I'm just gonna be straight up, like I can put down like a 12-pack like it's nothing. Like I won't even blink twice, and I don't really get that buzzed from beer either. Like I could drink beer all day and be totally fine. As soon as I add 1 shot in there, then I'm fucked. Then I'm done.
Is that because you're drinking Coors Light?
Well, again,
I mean,
that is.
I don't know.
You're drinking water.
That's my drink. I know if I'm gonna keep on drinking it, I just get that because at least it's low calorie or whatever. But if I'm out to dinner, obviously I'm not getting Coors Light. I'll get like a blue. What do I get? Blue Point Lager. I love Fat Tire. I like Ambers.
Fat Tire. Well, I got a guilty confession. I don't drink beer.
Really?
Not at all.
Really?
I hate it.
Really?
I think it's disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to hate it, so I get it.
I mean, I tried it. I'll try anything twice. You know. So, oh yeah, try this. Okay, come. No. Try that. No. So I just.
You didn't like it, huh?
Not at all.
I could appreciate
like,
that.
I'd rather a whiskey all day. And
I get that.
Beer, I feel like you just get filled up too quick.
See, that's kind of what I feel like I need sometimes in order to get me to stop. Like, if I am just drinking liquor, I'll be boom, 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 pounding it, and it doesn't. So the
That's
beer,
me.
at least I can regulate it, and I know exactly what's in each bottle and everything.
I said fins up.
Freeze. Oh,
Fins up.
fins up. Oh, Kevin Malave, by the way, said, "Go Heat, go Dolphins." Say it, bro. What size beer? Hello, Kevin. He wanted us to say go Heat and go Dolphins. But I wanted to ask Anna, what's the difference between like ales and lagers and pilsners? Like, as much as I drink beer, I should know this shit more. I want you to explain it to me.
So first I'm going to come out and say I'm not an expert in beer making. So the differences all comes down to the fermentation and how much they're putting of hops and the barley, wheat, that sort of thing. What I come across in research are the health benefits that I see in all of them. So pilsners, ales, lagers, all very high in antioxidants, some more than others. Get into darker beers, more antioxidants. I wanted to mention, you got to tell me your name one more time.
Brian.
Okay, Brian.
We both have
You're
awesome
both Brian.
names.
Okay,
It's
so
easy,
easy,
right?
Oh, that's great.
You can just go black Brian, white
spell it the
Brian.
same.
We good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. In Miami.
Ivory. Sorry, go ahead.
In Miami, when the Latin girls down there, you have to memorize all these Cuban names like Udinaitis and Udinaitis.
All you gotta do is say, "Hey, you." That's it. Good to go.
Yeah. So
Hey, fella.
whiskey is actually high in antioxidants.
Yes, it is.
Higher water, the higher water volume in beer, so it's less dehydrating. But whiskey has antioxidants, so there's a number of health benefits with whiskey. But when it comes to what you mentioned about the beers, it just comes to there's different health benefits for each. But I will say that non-craft beers exhibit the lowest number of health benefits, and non-alcoholic beer exhibits the lowest number of health benefits, except when it comes to sleep.
Huh.
Non-alcoholic beer is way better for sleep than alcoholic beer because alcohol is not good for sleep.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I can see that. But well, that's interesting. So tell us a little bit about your journey. You're a PhD in nutrition, correct? And fitness, or what was just nutrition? How did you get there? Tell us a little bit about your story, your journey.
So my doctorate's in exercise biochemistry and nutrition research. So I'm a sports nutritionist that doesn't know shit about
Sports.
Like what I need to know about sports is this: what does the player have to do? What metabolic demands do they have? Their names, the number, the sport. I don't give a shit.
I don't care if they're throwing home runs left and right. Yeah.
Well, of course you want them. The cool thing is when you do work with an athlete, whatever the type of sport, you want them to succeed.
Yeah.
So that's when you do care, but you don't care about the politics or the names or any of that stuff. Fantasy football.
Do you watch your clients? Like, actually turn them on and be like, "Hey,
when-
good job, you did this."
When it happened, yes, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah?
always cared. Yeah, or if they were, only for aesthetics, you do care. Yeah, you totally get into it. Otherwise, when you got some schmuck in somebody telling you at a bar what workouts they do, you don't care. Who's this Irishman?
Oh, hold on, Sean. We got a question from
Oh,
Sean.
is that how that works?
Yeah. Yeah. You missed the beginning, Anna.
If
That's how
comedy
it
was
works.
like this, I'd hate it. Somebody just come in here.
I just want to know what's the best beer or nutrition or food for a hangover, because I'm fucking dying today. So you might be able to help
Yeah,
me
a
with
little hair of the dog. Well, I like that.
You really are Irish, or what was that? Like a
Shepherd's
wow,
pie.
shit.
Bangers and mash.
What's the best drink for a hangover? Get a little hair of the dog going is what I think.
The best drink for a hangover is something with electrolytes.
Yeah.
Definitely not alcohol.
I thought it was another drink.
No, no.
Do you have anything to say about that? Like the hair of the dog theory? Like if you're really hungover and you get like another drink in you, you just start feeling a lot better. At least normally I do. I try not to make that like an but that it works.
Alcohol has pain relieving effects, but you're not doing any good. You have to rehydrate. That's the most important thing.
So you're perpetuating like the high or whatever you're getting from the alcohol, but you're dehydrated. So as long as you keep drinking water, maybe it's not the worst in the world to get a little hair of the dog going.
Yeah, you definitely want to replenish. B vitamins are what you're urinating the most when you're drinking. So you want to replenish B vitamins and you want to rehydrate. So definitely include electrolytes, predominantly sodium.
So is Pedialyte really good for you? Because
Yeah,
I don't know if it's social media, but I'll be banging on some Pedialyte the next day.
Bang the Pedialyte, bang the bottle, whatever you got to do. Just, you know.
And the bottle. I mean, listen. I hope I got somebody with me instead of the bottle.
Yeah. Yo, baby, you want to get into this Pedialyte with
Hey,
me?
heck yeah, man.
Okay, Pedialyte, huh?
Pedialyte's
Isn't that
the
like
shit.
for kids? Like,
Yeah, it's the same. The thing is, it has lower carbohydrates than Gatorade. But here's what I prefer to do, even though it doesn't always work. Hydrating before a strenuous activity works. So I used to give seminars on hydration to bomb technicians. These were guys that put on these really heavy suits. They went out and detonated bombs. And their drills were typically 45 minutes to an hour. So I would go and speak at their national and international conferences. And the one thing I stressed the most was hydrate before you're going to do a drill. And since they don't know when there's going to be a bomb, a call for a bomb, always stay hydrated. But the more you hydrate before, the more efficiently, the better, the less you'll become dehydrated beforehand. So I always say, if you're going to be drinking booze, drink the Pedialyte before and take shots of Pedialyte in between the alcohol.
All right, I don't hate that. Pedialyte shots. Okay. So, okay, we didn't really get into you're a nutritionalist, all that good stuff.
journey.
Like, just a little bit. You don't have to
I'm not gonna
so I was
boring.
born in this, and my parents,
No.
just give us the brief rundown.
My first language was Spanish. No, I
Tell us that shit.
Hola.
Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. Pardon me. Sorry.
sounds
I
like
can't
the
do all
Disney
that.
shuttle.
That's the only thing I know. Please stand clear of the doors. That's all.
I got my bachelor's degree. My original major was linguistics. I wanted to study French and Spanish, but then I got into studying exercise physiology. So I got my bachelor's in that, got my master's in exercise physiology, specializing in sports nutrition, then did the doctorate. About a year after I finished my doctorate, I started stand-up comedy.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question is how the fuck...
How'd you
First
get
off,
into that?
yeah,
That's a
how
big
did
change.
that, parlay into comedy?
So what happened was...
I know.
just like,
You start doing
speak.
You started.
About it. I'm cool with that.
You started talking in public and
I'm
realized
not
you
your
were funny,
type, but
right?
you can rub up on my leg if you want.
Put on a wig.
Okay, listen. I don't look good with a wig.
You were talking in public and realized you were funny, right?
I used to speak. I would speak at conferences, and I used to talk at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, and the conference belonged to the National Strength and Conditioning Association and one of the other sports nutrition associations. And what they were finding was, I was told by one of my colleagues, who's a really great guy, really close to me. He goes, "I love you, but they're not going to invite you to speak here again because you make fun of politicians and religion." And I said, but wasn't everybody learning and laughing?
Mm-hmm.
And this is before I did comedy. And everybody was sleeping because these researchers don't know how to teach without entertaining people.
Yeah.
And then years later, I started doing stand-up comedy.
Okay, but you're still doing stand-up like pretty regularly, right?
Predominantly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like, is that so? You pay the bills with your doctorate in fitness and all nutrition or any?
I make almost zero money with my doctorate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's college for you.
Yeah, dude, that's just like.
Don't
man.
go to college. Don't do
I
it.
have a good friend who's like an engineer. He can't find a job.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, same thing. That the industry's changed so much. So when I was doing my master's and my doctorate, people respected education at the time. Teaching positions were open. I did teach college. I loved it. I loved teaching college. I would never teach high schoolers because you can't say inappropriate things. College is great. But here's what's happening. OnlyFans and Instagram hoes are taking over the business. If they show their ass crack, people will pay them to train them over somebody like me who has an understanding of biomechanics and biochemistry. So
Interesting.
Yeah. It's true.
Dude. So OnlyFans, that's become like a thing. Especially
They make some money.
Yeah.
Dude,
You could buy a yacht.
Yeah, they were just like casual OnlyFans or what, and she was making 7 figures.
Easy.
Like it was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of money to be made, like real economics. By the way, Kevin's online. He's like, you almost got that, Daniel, son. This fly has been flying around us all night. It's driving me fucking crazy. So sorry if I'm sitting here going like this. People think I'm crazy. That's what's happening. But okay, so how has it been during the pandemic?
You should have just slapped yourself in the head. You would have got it. It's there. Slap yourself in the head right now. Oh, never mind. You missed it.
You got me. You got me. You got me. So how has it been in the pandemic with comedy? And things are starting to pick up a little bit more now, open up a little bit?
Yeah, Florida never really had a pandemic. So that's the thing. I mean, we shut down for a couple months, and then I remember before I got the vaccine, I was trying to do comedy as much as possible, but I would bring I'd bring my own microphone, which is actually a good idea because comedians, when you go to the mic, it fucking smells.
Yeah, it's
You're
disgusting.
like, what the hell?
By the way, I clean my mics because I know they're very.
It smells great.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I would bring my own mic, and I remember I was doing like months and months ago, I was doing these packed shows in the Panhandle where there was no COVID there. There's no COVID.
Oh, the Panhandle.
Yeah.
That's like the elephant boneyard from Lion King. We don't go there. We're not. No, don't go to the Panhandle.
Whatever. I love it for comedy. It's great. Redneck Riviera is fun. But I would show up there with a mask, and they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'd bring my own mic, and they'd be like, "What's so special about your mic?" And I'm like, "I don't know. There's a pandemic. I don't know. I'm just gonna."
Yeah. but
just,
pandemics.
Yeah. But it was really hard. It was really depressing because for a lot of comedians, this is their like emotional release. For me, this is my drug. I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs. I barely drink. So making people laugh has always been like my high for me. So you kind of just had, and I didn't do TikTok. So imagine me, I wasn't doing the stupid dances, and I have no OnlyFans because my Colombian girlfriend would shank me if I did that. So it was hard. It was really hard for everybody. So
yeah, I know. It's been
I kind of have a suggestion for your OnlyFans that I think could work. Right? So OnlyFans doesn't just have to be naked.
Yeah.
You could do comedy.
Yeah.
And then, there's people like erotic, like people lifting and stuff like that. So have you gotten like a
fetishes and shit, right?
A little bikini,
fully
do
clothed.
some just workout and stuff like that, telling comedy.
I can't do the bikini thing, but I could
Why
do
not?
biceps. Cause I can't. I went
you
too
said
much,
your girlfriend was Colombian.
Yeah.
Never mind. You can't. Never mind.
Everybody dies.
Who are these people watching you online? I do not like these people.
You can't do that.
Get this. I did a comedy at a strip club 2 months ago. I headlined, and I wanted to do it again this trip, so I did just to get spot.
At a strip club.
Yeah, it's at a lounge, red light. It's called Red Light, and it's next to Monroe's in West Palm Beach, which is actually really clean. Yeah.
That's my uncle's place.
I love it.
Really?
No, it's just my last
I was
name.
gonna say, how dare you? Do you have me again, bro?
I was gonna be like, let's talk after the show.
Get that fly on your head again, bro.
Hey, let's not take y'all next time we go to Palm Beach.
Let me tell you, that's not the place. It's such a clean strip club, a lot of Cuban strippers, so she was like livid. She's sending me screenshots of girls off the Instagram page going, is this the girl that you like there? Is this the girl that motorboated you? And I'm like, no, nobody motorboated me. And I have glitter all over my fucking face.
I don't believe you. Yeah. No, interesting. So life during the pandemic over the last year has been tough. Like Brian and I, we were ex-co-workers. We worked at the same radio station cluster, and we were part of the 2020 casualties. And it's not been easy for a whole lot of people. But I mean, I'm glad there are some people who are really still biting it, and it bums me out to see. Like, I'm happy. I have seen a lot of people kind of get on this upward tick, which is making me feel a lot better. I'm starting to see people like actually doing better than they did before almost, and I'm like, fuck, good. Okay, at least things are starting to come back around a little bit.
They must have invested in Bitcoin or Dogecoin or all these other damn coins out there right now.
Dude,
I can't keep up with it.
John Gregory, he's the Bitcoin guy. I have like a little bit of that XRP Ripple or whatever, but it's like
I know nothing.
Yeah, this guy, my buddy Matt knows all about it. He's helped me with it a little bit, but yeah, man, I mean, trying to find little ways to grind and make some extra money and get through, but I feel like it's done a lot of people a lot of good.
OnlyFans. What's up?
OnlyFans.
Go ahead, bro. You got this.
I'll start my OnlyFans and it'll just be me.
Just a nipple, man. You don't got to tell who you are or nothing.
Like Peter Griffin, yeah. Here's more side boob. So he is UM alum. We were talking about that a little bit, but you got into the professional career because you started being on All Canes.
I was a guest actually on a radio show.
Yeah,
that's how I got into it.
You were a guest.
So kind of like you were at Arnold, and they were like, hey, you can't do this, but you're good at it.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you're actually kind of good at this. Why don't you look into it? So I was told I had a face for radio, so here I am.
How dare you? All Canes
We both do,
Radio.
come on.
Yeah, dude, let's be honest. But All Canes Radio, your latest episode, Devin Hester. If anybody out there, if you're a Canes fan, listen to this dude. Listen to All Canes Radio. It's a lot of fun. We can talk about the draft in a little bit. I figured.
We'll talk some football?
Anna's not into the football. Well, what I like to ask is, we always have a chugging competition.
We can talk chicks, though. We can talk chicks.
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
Well, okay, like Colombia. So where'd you meet your girlfriend?
Oh, actually, I met her when I was doing comedy. I do comedy for these big gay events, and I was doing one for a lesbian one. And she had seen me at one of them, but at the time she had like this atrocious girlfriend who looked like an old lady with reading glasses. And the girlfriend was really shitty to her. And then she came to the next one, and then she was good to go. And then that's been it. But Latin girls are great. Am I right? Right? Aren't they? Okay, yeah.
Latin girls.
She's like,
I love me some Latin chicks.
Yeah, they're fantastic, but they've got a temper. Like,
yeah, it stresses me out a little bit in the long run.
Just keep the knives away from them when you see
short-term
them.
fun, right? But yeah, long term, I don't know. But I know a lot of great Latino women. They're what?
Isn't that cheating though? Isn't that cheating for you?
What?
You're a comedian at a gay and lesbian show. Isn't that like going to Publix and just being like, okay, she's fine and her girl's ugly. I'm just gonna crack on her the whole time and take her girl? That's like cheating, man. That's not fair.
Here's
like you're literally just saying, like, look at that old ass bitch you got with your glasses on. You know what I'm saying?
Lepeley. It's like,
why don't you come motorboat me after the show? That's what you do.
No, I got all that out of my system. I was just.
So you just admitted that that's how you did it before.
Before, oh yeah,
okay,
before I was crazy. I would have had an OnlyFans before, but now I don't. No, I see the thing on this. The thing about comedy is actually really interesting, and because of my Instagram, is actually really funny that you mentioned that. On comedy, my stage persona is like, I'm gonna finger all you girls and all this shit, and and everybody loves it. They laugh. If a male comedian says that, they're like, get this fucking creep off the stage. I say it, everybody loves it. It's the weirdest thing ever, right?
What if he says he's gonna finger some dudes? Does that work?
They love it too. Yeah, they all love it. I've said that too. I've definitely said that at some point. But once I get off stage, I'm hungry. I have to pee, buy my merch, and I'm out. And I say hi to everybody. I'm really friendly. But I've been places where girls are like, "What the fuck? I thought you were gonna hit on me," and I'm like, "No, this is my." It's like Steve-O. I opened for Steve-O from Jackass.
Okay. You know where he went to school.
What's that? Oh yeah, he went to UM. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
And when he's not on stage, he's pretty tame. He's not anything. So there's an act, and then. So yeah, my stage act is I'll finger you, and then I get off stage and I'm like, no, I actually just want to go home and watch Gumby or something.
Until it's defined Colombian, and then you actually go through with it. And here's my DM. Go ahead, slide.
No, I'm loyal. But before then, yes, that was the deal. It was I was like a Motley Crue member before. I used to wake up in different houses it was crazy. I mean, I just had a wild life.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And it wasn't fueled by alcohol, just passion.
I mean, sometimes it was alcohol, but that was when I could Uber, in places. But now I'm on the road so much, I don't get to really to do that. But
you are traveling a lot.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to? Because
she's addicted to the strongest drug in the world.
Comedy.
No, pussy.
Oh yeah.
That's worse than alcohol.
You get it.
That is the worst. Yes.
See, you get it.
You get it.
Yeah.
It's that what's his name used to say?
Shape of vagina, or is it like
No, yeah, he would say it's the most. It's the most.
I mean, this way's a little. That's a big one right there. I don't know about that.
He would say it's the most valuable 3-inch property on the planet or whatever. I forget.
It's the facts. Like if women came together. And banded together and says, no dude is going to get any pussy until we do X, Y, and Z. You guys would rule the world.
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
really would. But the problem is, just like the OnlyFans girls on Instagram, they'll be like, I'll give you some pussy for $10,000.
And guys buy into it, man.
Of
That's
course
crazy.
they do.
I would never pay to watch a girl's thing.
Me neither. That's what
my-
Pornhub's for. And X videos.
But see, you have options. Those are for the people who don't have options. That's what it's there for. You go on OnlyFans and they're just sitting there like,
how do you watch the same girl flick the bean every week?
That's what dude, who are these people?
I can't do that though.
And
like,
you're not even with her.
If it's not even I'm with her, like then it's different. But like a random chick in Wisconsin, like
she's just sitting there like,
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Like there's no way I can't do it.
Yeah, dude. I've always thought about who are these weirdos who have like favorite porn stars and they're just like.
Incels.
Oh, like I need to what?
Like what?
Incels. You know, like incel
What's
guys?
incels?
Yeah.
Like I used to say that
you
there's
know-
so much porn out there that I don't think I've ever seen the same porn twice. And I used to watch a lot of porn. So I'm saying, like, to think that one person is just like, that's your. I don't understand.
I can't do
it
that.
makes me
no
sad.
Way. No way. I know there's some of my favorite, like, you know, porn. I'll be poop favorite. Maybe I'll come back to that one.
Oh, you got a little
But
favorite
like,
section?
yeah, you know, sometimes
Okay.
a girl puts it down. You're like, God damn. Hey, I seen her before in Miami. But like, you know, the whole one chick. There's no way. Like I get bored with chicks in real life, and I would just watch this one.
So what? Like you're still single? What's going on?
Hell
there,
yeah, I'm
dude?
single. I've been
Fucking
single since I lived in
ladies.
Miami.
Dude.
It's terrible. My bad. I've had some girlfriends, okay, and I'm faithful when I'm in it.
Yeah.
But the problem is like I said, when she's on stage at Publix, you could go to Home Depot, you go to Publix, you go anywhere, and there's 10s everywhere. So for me, it's like, oh my God, this is my girl. She's the best. Ooh, what's that?
Another one. Yeah.
Never mind, I'm done. I gotta go. You know, and that's the problem. But
you know, and it's important for guys also not to like develop some sort of irrational like resentment towards good looking, especially dudes who might not have like a shot at some 10 or something like that, and you start to see them going around being like, fuck this bitch, or fuck her, like, because that's the only way they can kind of feel a little bit better about themselves.
They justify their rejection. Yeah.
And that makes me sad. It's like, dude, just fucking, we live in South Florida. There are beautiful people everywhere.
We're spoiled, man. We're so spoiled. I came down here for official visit, and I was just walking around like, I'm not going anywhere else.
That's what Rashad Butler said.
Oh my!
He said the same thing.
We're so spoiled. It's unbelievable. Like, you know, when I grew up in Palm Beach, we had white, black, Mexican. We had one Asian chick and one Guatemalan. I came down here and I was like, yo, what is that? Oh, I'm from Colombia. What are you? I'm Venezuelan. I'm Jamaican Chinese. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not getting married. I'm not. My mom's giving up and asked me if I had a girlfriend.
Dude. Okay, well, let's give some advice to the incels. Okay.
Incels,
yeah, let's give some
so
advice.
What is
like,
an incel?
Find some wisdom, like in self-care, incels, and like get better. And like Anna's gonna tell you a little bit how you can do that.
I have advice for incels and for the straight girls that are trying to get the dude's attention.
Okay.
But for the incel, so an incel is, and help me out if I got this wrong. An incel is a guy who typically lives in his mother's basement, but there's no basements in Florida, and they cannot take rejection from women.
Sexually frustrated.
Yeah, they're so sexually frustrated, and like. And they, when a woman rejects them, like Brian was saying, they blame it on the woman. They think that a woman needs to be, it's the woman's fault. They think if they make advances to the woman needs to accept it. And if she doesn't, she's a bitch, she's a whore, she's
damn.
Yeah, there's a whole culture.
So these are like the
there's a whole
losers on
community.
Twitter that like go after like female sports reporters and everything else.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they put up something, I'll go back in the kitchen. Those are those guys.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
yes.
you're cute. Oh, thank you very much. Well,
Incels,
damn, bitch, why did you say? Okay, I get that.
Those are the guys that write. I've had legit death threats on my YouTube channel.
I bet.
I have this video on YouTube. It went viral a couple years ago. It says how to get a lesbian, and it says basically that the only way to get a lesbian is for a man to get a sex change.
I was gonna say, how does it work for me? Okay. I'm a lesbian. I love lesbians.
You gotta, and I say you need money. You gotta get plastic surgery, and you gotta look like Sofia Vergara. And then I have guys going like writing death, and they're all incels. And then you have the straight dudes that are like, oh man, I get it. You know, like
Facts.
cool. Yeah,
That's awesome.
But that's so telling. It's like it bums me out that they don't even know it or don't seem to care or realize or whatever it is. It's just like, fuck, what a bummer life, man. I don't know. That's okay. This is called Mental Reps. It's about like trying to live a better life today than you did yesterday, and kind of getting like figuring out what works for you, what doesn't, and trying to pick the brain of people. That this is one of the reasons I like to have you guys on here, because you're very good in your field and try and help people understand what it is to try and get to something like that. You invest all your time, energy into something, and you can build it to come to fruition. I think a lot of people are scared of failure. I think a lot of people are scared to put themselves out there for fear of what other people think. Maybe sometimes even their family or best friends that are holding them back.
Not me either.
Fuck, man, I just go for it.
Dude, but that's why we are who we are. But it's not that easy for everybody. You know, it's fucking hard.
But I think that's the thing when you know. Being a personal trainer too as well, and having younger guys in high school and college, and they always ask you about chicks and everything. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna promise you two things in life: you're gonna die, and you're gonna get rejected. Mm-hmm. As soon as you get comfortable with those, you're gonna have a better life.
That's huge.
You see a girl over there in the corner. Ah, man, I want to go talk to her. Okay, go say hello. Nah, I can't do it. The next day you're gonna be like, shit, I should have done it.
That's so huge, man. Like that bumps me and makes me. I think about that a lot. Like either wasted or potential, not living up to one's potential, or not pulling the trigger in those moments, just like what you're talking about.
And it's the same thing in business too. We had a saying in football: the saddest thing is wasted talent. Like if you have talent, use it, go for it. Whether it's an interview, whether it's, hey, I want to get this job. Okay, so what do you got to do to get the job? Once you figure out how do you have to do it, what are the things that could be the obstacles in your way? You mentally, before you go get the job, break everything down and say, okay, this could be an obstacle. Okay, how do I get over it? Boom, one. If he says this to me, how am I going to get around that? Boom, you got it. So when you do the job, you got everything laid out. It's easy. Preparation's key with everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, comedy, fitness, any type of job that you do, the most, to me, most successful people are the ones that are the most prepared.
Peyton Manning was, I mean, just
he
like
was a junkie.
You can't.
Peyton Manning, the owner of the
He's
Colts.
I've heard the name.
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
He does drugs?
The owner of the Colts.
foosball player.
He's a junkie, you said.
No, he's a football player.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
No,
said
but
he's a
he
junkie.
like preparedness, man.
No, you didn't say that?
No, I said Colts.
He sells insurance now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sells insurance.
I wanted to say something really quick about when you said you're going to get rejected, so take your chance. I think it's also important that people don't take their chance because it's really annoying to get fucking hit on sometimes when it's the wrong place at the
Good
wrong
call.
time.
See,
female
is.
perspective.
There's a way to do it, a time and a place.
I think it's always like this. I always think about how you approach somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So like people are like, I'm gonna use this. Somebody's like, just go say hello, bro.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down to it, it doesn't honestly matter what you say to that person. Because if you're good looking to that person, it'll be like, all right, that corny line, I'm gonna let it slide right now. You know what I'm saying? But you also gotta feel the room. Just like you said.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm one of, like when we go into clubs, I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I don't go up to nobody.
Same,
I just chill with my boys and have a good time. And sometimes they'll come up and be like, you gonna invite us over? And be like, you want a drink? Sure.
So you let the girls approach you.
Sometimes.
That's the way I think it is. That was always my approach. That was up until where I am now. I do comedy. I get lots of attention, but once I'm off, I'm not gonna go and kind of, I guess, bother somebody. You gotta feel it out and see, just like what you do at the club. It's like you let them kind of
You're
take
the
the
sun.
initiative.
Let them come to you.
So
gravitational pull and all.
Yeah, these Miami girls, and I'll say this because I lived in Miami for a long time, and I'm Latin American, but it's different. Maybe it's not so different because I'm gay, but I see these straight girls, and I watch these girls. They think that the guys have to do all the work and come to them and approach them and spend money. And my advice to the straight girls that are like that are, you got to go out and you got to get a hobby because you're not different. Your boob, every girl's got tits and ass, and they got it on social media, which actually is probably one of the most unattractive. It's so attractive when you see a girl's social media and her tits and her ass are out. It's
Thank
just so
you.
nice.
And then what's great is they're sitting there like reading some literature, and they you could see that the video is pointed down directly at their tits. And you're like, who the fuck do you think you're fooling? I know what you're doing.
With their favorite Bible quote underneath it. You're like, yeah, bro.
Etc.
Come on,
These
bro.
tits
Really?
remind me of Psalms.
Come
yeah.
on. And you put them in it. Well, at least we do. We put them in categories then. Like if you go on their social media and all of a sudden it's tits and ass, you'll be like, okay, you're a yacht day girl. You're a pool party girl. And that's all you're going to get from me.
Yeah.
Oh, can we go to dinner with you? No. You
you
can
meet
meet me
the
at the
family?
club.
No.
You can meet me at the club.
Yeah.
See that I found that a lot of those people I just can't have conversations with, like the very, very attractive, vapid kind of shallow South
you heard
Florida
what I
person.
said, right? Yacht day and pool parties, loud and drunk. So just sit over there and dance, look good in the thong, and we good.
But outside of that, we can't have a conversation because I don't want to fucking shoot myself.
You're in the category. You go.
Sean, okay, here's what we normally do here at halftime. We always have a chugging competition.
Wow.
And we do Guinness here, Anna. We do Guinness, iron, lots of good iron in Guinness,
There's
right?
a little bit of iron, not enough for women to cure their anemia, but there is a little bit of iron. But
Okay.
a lot of antioxidants in that dark beer. Yeah.
But here's the deal. And don't worry, like, if you're not very good. Sean is my nemesis. I don't think he said that he's got an upset tummy today, so I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
From being hungover?
But
yes, you need Pepto-Bismol and electrolytes.
But here's the deal. If you participate, you're going to get a free beer. The winning team is going to get a bunch of Mental Reps merch, and the top performer gets a $50 gift card from the field.
Oh, damn.
So I'm just saying, if
I don't
anybody,
drink
I
beer,
know
but,
my
you know,
man
that's
Jason,
good.
are you going to participate? Jason's going to participate. Indy, you're going to hop in. Myself, Sean, what's the deal, dude? Are you really gonna sit over there and tell me that you're not gonna do this? He'll do it.
What about those two guys
do it.
back
Two guys
right
right there. They're gonna participate right there.
If you
What about
puke,
these-
don't puke
Yeah,
on
you
the
can
roadcaster.
get another beer, right? It's free.
What'd you say?
What about these two gentlemen in back right here? They look fun.
Yeah, dude. What's up, fellas? You guys want to do a little chugging competition with us?
Yeah.
No.
We'll call you an Uber.
Drive
Don't
it,
worry.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're good.
Bye, Caesar.
Fine. All right. Well, anybody who'd like to participate, Sean, if you could get do 6 just in case. We got 2 on each side so far.
Any girls doing one?
Come on. And Indy is my girlfriend right there. Indy.
Yeah, of course it's your girlfriend doing it. That's
I got
badass.
three
Look at
ladies
that.
back
Great.
here too. Three
You
ladies
named-
right here.
You're named
got all
after the
nose.
dog. You Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have to know Indiana Jones because I love the movies. But when I tell people, they're like, "Hey, I'm staying with a comedian." He goes, "Can you give me an injection of testosterone?" I go, "I can't do your injection because I thought you were a doctor." I'm like, "I'm a doctor like Indiana Jones, right? Like not an archaeologist, but I'm a PhD.
Yeah, copy that.
I'm not shooting people up."
I like it. All right, Sean, you getting those together for us? All right,
Wow,
what I
it's gonna
wanted
be
to
fun.
ask is some advice for people who are trying to get started in fitness with a reasonable regimen that isn't going to freak them out, scare them away. For people who aren't as well versed in fitness and nutrition, what's something that you could some very easy things that you could tell people to do that will help them get started?
So you always want to start with, if you're going to get into lifting weights or even if you're going to be doing cardio, you have to start with low intensity. That means low weight for weight training and, shorter distance and not as fast with cardio. Reason being, not only do your muscles have to recover, but your ligaments, your tendons, all the connective tissues have to recover. And one of the things I always see, because people want fast results, is they train too fast, they go too hard, they're injured. Next thing you know, they can't train anymore, they're gaining the weight back.
Mm-hmm.
So also, the New Year's resolution bullshit has to fucking stop. Can I say a bunch of fucking on this thing?
You can say whatever you like. I applaud that.
Has
I
to
like
stop.
that.
These people with these trends. Oh, I'm gonna start in the summer. I'm gonna start New Year's Eve. I've been lifting weights since I was 8 years old. When I was 8, I wasn't like, it's April 2nd. No, I just started benching the bar, and that's just how it went. And I know he trains too, so I'm gonna let him chime in on this too if he wants to.
That's how she knows she likes chicks. I was benching, not squatting. There's a difference. Miami girls, all they do is squat. You know what I'm saying? I'm benching. I know what that means. All right. You got to get the fingers ready, right? Is that what you said earlier?
What is it? Buys for girls and tries for guys, right?
Yeah,
buys for girls, tries
curls
for
for the
guys.
girls.
Curls for the girls.
Curls
There you
for the
go.
girls.
Tries for guys. There we go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, and I think people go too extreme. They want fast results. They buy into a bunch of bullshit. What I wrote my first book about is just be practical. Work out. Make sure your technique is good when you lift weights, and make sure you when you do cardio, start out slow, let yourself recover, sleep, hydrate, eat adequate amounts of protein, and don't go extreme, because when you go extreme, you feel like you can't do anything. Like you were mentioning about the cheating and stuff. Like if if you feel like you're in some sort of jail cell, you're gonna want to break out of it and eat and fuck or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Eat and fuck, huh? Okay then. Shit.
Oh, here's the get in.
We're gonna let them settle for a minute. All right, we've got 2 more beers. Is anybody else in the back here? You guys want to join in? You get a free beer
Don't be
out of
shy
it.
now.
You get a
Join
free
us in a chugging competition.
You get a free gift card here, and
You
this
get a
place
free
is
beer?
beautiful.
Okay, we're gonna get that. What? We're gonna let those settle for a little bit. Those aren't ready. Damn it!
I got too much head.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about.
You
for
can never have too much head.
So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. See, we get it. We come together. We understand each other. So
terrible.
2 people who are really into fitness and 1 person who used to be and is trying to get back into. What's your cheat day meal? What is your cheat day meal?
Me, so I'm a big sweets dude, and I like fried stuff. So I guess when I do a cheat meal and I'm serious, I normally do a lobster thermidor with garlic in there, some cognac butter, some French fries, and then I do some ice cream.
Okay.
And then if I'm being a loner and I'm gonna go watch Netflix, order a whole pizza and a tub of ice cream.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good answer. I like that.
Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Every day is a cheat meal for me. I eat whatever I want. Doing comedy, my eating schedule gets screwed up because you don't like to eat big meals before the show because you don't want to be full before you perform. And then afterward, I eat anything. I eat sweets every single day. And the thing is, I think that it comes with longevity with training too, and I'm sure you probably.
What the hell you trying to say about me?
No, it's that you said it's a cheat meal. You probably get away with so much more, like.
You see me wearing a baggy shirt, I ain't showing my arms like you.
So, for some reason, with age and with in my life, it's gotten so much easier to cut weight versus back in my 20s, and it's so weird. And I eat whatever I want. In my 20s, I was like, I gotta cut carbs. Now I eat anything. I eat honey buns every day. I kid you not.
Fuck.
Everybody says this. They go, I thought you were going to be eating healthy. You eat like a 4-year-old.
Honey buns?
Yeah, honey buns.
She dated a black chick before.
That's
the only way you know about those.
That's funny.
Probably.
I like that. It's a little honey buns, and then really anything. Man, fuck that. It's like I had the little bit of I only tried stand up actually once. But I had this joke about how, like, when I eat now, it stays on me, and I've developed 2 dimples in my ass cheeks, so my face looks like AC Slater's face. My ass looks like AC Slater's face, is what I'm trying to say. Go. And it sucks, dude. And it just sticks around. You have to work a little bit harder to get it up. I will say, when I do stop drinking beer, I slim up so fast. It really is. That and sandwiches. I'm like a hoagie connoisseur, sandwich enthusiast. This is a big part of my life on the Shark. It's like 40% of what I used to talk about in my breaks. I'm a big sandwich guy. If I just chilled on the bread and sandwiches and the beer, I think I'd be summing up real fast. All right, somebody bring us our beers. Who's participating? Yeah, Jason, Indy.
Who am I passing it to?
Where's Sean? They're grabbing it.
They're grabbing their own?
Who else is participating? Is it going to be us?
Are you doing it?
I don't drink beer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't like it.
Okay. Sean, get your shit together. Stop making up excuses. He said that his tummy was hurting, so
I can't wait to record this. You guys better make me proud.
The son of a bitch. Okay, so here, may I have one, please?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. There we go. Matt, who else? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we need one more person. We need one more person to settle this up. This guy right here looks like he wants to do it, dude. Get over here, bro.
Who the hell wouldn't want a gift card to here? This place is great.
Come on. You can't. It's a free Guinness.
Bro, if you win this, you're definitely getting some tonight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's your name, dude?
Look at that hat and earrings.
Look at
You're
that
definitely
earring.
killing
Hey, we got
this.
the same earring. Look
You're
at that.
Look at them kicks, the Vans. Boy, I tell you what, this dude's styling.
Actually, are we going to be on the same team, Sean?
Wait, so there's teams.
We'll make it easy on you tonight, but
where's the countdown? Who's going to do the countdown?
So this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be
1, 2, 3.
And then we're going to start, okay?
Does it go everybody in one team's got to finish it, or you go one?
Sean's going to start. You are starting Jason, and then it goes to Indy and Matt, and then it goes to me. And what's your name, dude? Troy. Then it goes to Troy. You're the anchor, buddy. You're the anchor. All right. At the end of 3, we're starting. You ready, Sean?
Man, Sean, get ready taking the watch off.
He took the wash off. He's not fucking around.
Playing.
Let's go!
1, 2, 3.
Get it, son.
Holy
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit.
That was a little bit.
Holy shit. Oh, we went opposite.
It's okay, Beb. You got it.
We went opposite. He started on 3.
Damn. How did that happen?
Team number
you guys
1
fucking
wins.
Killed it. Very nice.
Team number 1 wins.
Awesome to you guys. All right, you're all getting Mental Reps merch. Who did the best? Who did the best?
I would say
I had my
man
Troy
with the swag.
Troy, you get a $50 gift card to the field, buddy. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's how we do shit, bro. Okay.
He's bringing you back, young lady. You're coming back
Thank
here.
you, Jason. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Indy. Thank you, Sean. Thank everybody who participated. Troy, you got that
at the end.
Actually,
listen,
if
babe,
you would like to come over to
Indy,
Indy, she'll hook you up with a T-shirt in your size and whatever you need over here. Give them one of everything, Indy.
In the bathroom.
All right, here's what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get some refills, go to the bathroom, do whatever we got to do. We're going to be right back with the second half of Mental Reps Podcast. Thank you all again so much for coming out. We appreciate you. Yeah. All right, we are back from our halftime. We are back with Mental Reps Live. Thank y'all for hanging out and staying with us. We appreciate you. Oh, man, we got some newcomers here. I love it. I'm pretty sure we have the owner, proprietor, and CEO of Long John Silver's here. Everything's doing very well. And everybody's in a good mood. All things. Follow us on social media, please. Anybody? And by the way, there was an audio issue. Some people were hearing us online. Some people weren't. I think we got it all figured out now, where everybody's hearing us, so we're good. You can find Mental Reps Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also just started a Patreon page, and this is kind of big for us. This is a way that you can help us pay the bills, the monthly bills. We have tiers starting as low as $3. So it's like $3 a month. You can become a Mental Reps Podcast Patreon and help us pay the bills and shit. We really help you, appreciate you guys for helping us out with that. Special shout out to Frank. Sorry, Freddie was our last guest. Frank was our first Patreon. Special shout out to Frank. I really appreciate you, dude. He was the first one. He found out and boom, immediately. So if anybody you got in your hot to help us pay some bills around here, it's starting as low as $3 a month. But we have different tiers where the higher tiers, I'll get you on the podcast, release it on all of the platforms. We could talk about your business or whatever the fuck you want. So there's a bunch of different shit on there. Go check it out. I really appreciate you. Mentalreps.net is where you can find the link to that and all that stuff as well. We've got some merch here. I have some Mental Reps Podcast merch that the lovely Indy, who is not there right now, but there she is. She's there to help if you guys would like to pick up a t-shirt, a magnet, or a face mask. But before everybody leaves here tonight, you all get a Mental Reps sticker. So maybe don't forget to get that before you guys take off. We'll get you some Mental Reps stickers and all that good stuff. The podcast is always going to be free. These are just ways that you can help support. I'm never going to charge anybody a dime to watch or anything like that. But if you want to help out a little bit, buy some merch, get on that Patreon. We really, really appreciate you for that. Also got some amazing shows coming up here at the Field. We've got Shamrock Comedy Club, a brand new thing that we got starting here. We started 420. Anna, we had 420 show with Jimmy Schubert was our headliner, Flip Schultz, Dan Casso, and Stephanie Wood was hosting. It went so fucking well. It went really, really well. This is such a great spot for comedy because people actually listen. The low roofs. It's so great. And they all the comedians were like, "This is fucking awesome, dude. You need to keep this up." So we made it an official monthly thing. Shamrock Comedy Club. The host this upcoming. It's gonna be May 18th. Sean Mullins. Charlie Esterillo is the guest. Got Brittany Brave as the feature, and my man Gene Harding is headlining. That is a really, really, really good show. You guys are gonna love that. Make sure you come out for that. We appreciate you. And also we got some other ones like Marvel vs. DC trivia. I know trivia, and maybe like, what's the deal with trivia? These things are fucking awesome. Okay?
I know nothing about DC.
They blow the hell up. I had Harry Potter trivia here, and the entire place was full. We had to turn people away. They were making butter beers behind the fucking bar all night long. We always normally have featured like cocktails and stuff that are themed with our stuff. So we got Marvel vs. DC coming up, and Back to the Future trivia. I fell asleep to Back to the Future last night. I've probably seen that movie more than any other movie on the planet Earth combined. If I had a gun to my head, that would be my favorite movie. The whole trilogy, awesome trilogy. So that's going to be coming up as well. And that's about it. We were going to do...
How the hell you don't got an Irish trivia? This is an Irish
We
pub.
did... Oh, okay. So that's what I want to bring up. We did that.
That don't even make any sense.
Brian is Irish. He's part Irish.
Yeah.
Little black
I know I don't
Irish.
look it. Don't judge me. I know I don't look it.
But tell us a little bit about Moms, dude. Tell us about Moms.
Moms is from Bangor, Ireland, which is in the north. And she's a little short, 5'2", redhead, pale little woman. And she used to whip my ass as a kid, but I love her.
She did.
That's where I get my good skin color from. Obviously, my dad's black from the Bahamas, where I'm from. But yeah, I love her. My cousins came over for Super Bowl. They're as pale as ghost. And we took them out to. We did the Miami, let's say the bingo board. Since you want to call it that. So we did the yacht day. Took him to a Cuban spot, took him to 11, took him to Live on Sunday, took him to Story on Thursday. Where else? What did I miss?
Wait, what time were you at 11 at? Because 11's the place that you go to.
Afterwards.
Yeah,
I normally get to 11 like 4 o'clock.
In the
Unless there's
morning.
a good somebody hosting.
Yeah.
So like we went to 11 Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, just for some drinks like an idiot, but yeah, you know, we have a blast in Miami. But the funniest is when I go to Ireland, right? Because Ireland is normally, you know, short, redhead, pale people, and here I am, 6'2", walking around, and everyone's just looking at you like, what the hell is this dude doing
what do you
here?
think you're doing, bro?
But it's a great opening line and a great talking point because most people come up to you and say, what are you doing here? And I'm like, visiting family. And I'd say, those are my cousins, and you look over and see 2 pale dudes, and they're like,
that's
nah.
so great.
But
Yeah.
we have a blast. I love it.
But I brought up, I was like, where was Titanic built? He was like,
Belfast.
dude, this guy knows his shit, bro. Like, so you've been to
I took a picture there. That's why.
Okay, all right, so you know your shit.
And
though.
it's where my aunt lives. So I don't know if you guys are Game of Thrones fans, which I'm a freak of.
Hell yeah.
So
the last season was a little, but go
so
ahead.
actually, the last season that they built that whole town was literally 2 streets over from where they built the Titanic. So the whole town's sitting there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Little Irish trivia for you right
you
there,
go.
Jay.
I got
You like
you.
that? We finally made it happen. I know. Where were you, boy? We needed you,
I didn't get
dude.
the invite.
We needed you. But okay, I know Anna, you're gonna like maybe want to take a nap for this just briefly, or I think that you're very overqualified and you're very capable of being able to hold your own in this conversation.
For sure.
I just wanted to talk to Brian a little bit about the NFL draft and what he thinks about our Miami Dolphins and how they did. I mean, I gotta get this going a little bit here.
You're leading the way.
This is what we have
I didn't
to do.
start it yet.
Have you ever heard this song?
No.
Listen. This is throwback, and I hate to say, actually, Houston Oilers were the first ones to use that. I hate to say, so we even copied it. It's like a whole thing, but yeah, Miami Dolphins. We had a pretty good draft, I think. What are your thoughts on the draft, first round? Let's start with that.
All right, so when you look at the Miami Dolphins draft, right?
She's on her phone. Look at her.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
She's on Tinder or Bumble or something like that.
No,
oh wait,
no,
Or
remember,
what's the
super
scissoring
plural.
version?
wait, is it
like-
Grindr for y'all?
Grindr's
I'm
for
on
guys.
Scissor. Are you on
What's
Scissor?
the lesbian
But
one?
did you forget? No, lesbians use Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, all that.
There's no like
It's so
lesbian one
bad.
that I could go on and be like, I'm gay too, and I want some lesbian.
Catfish
No?
and lesbians.
You have to go on Grindr. That's where you get the guys. It's like,
No, I'm a lesbian.
I know.
I'm not gay.
You're
I'm a
a
lesbian.
I know. Yeah. Well, the only thing you're gonna get on this gonna get by is Grindr.
I want to go for the confused ones, like not there yet, you know.
Yeah.
They're not on those apps. Those girls are over at 11.
They're a little confused. Look like
I
they
know.
can keep a secret.
But they're
Yeah.
charging money at 11 too.
Nah,
the
I ain't doing
confused
that.
ones.
I ain't doing that. So the Dolphins. You look at the Dolphins, right? What was the biggest need for the Dolphins coming into this? Playmakers.
Yeah.
Right? They needed playmakers on offense.
Tua.
Last year, they had no playmakers. You had Devontae Parker. He's, 11th picked overall. He's had one good season since he's been there.
Yeah.
Injury prone. He's got stone hands, the whole 9 yards.
Picked up Will Fuller.
Preston Williams, I thought, was a good undrafted free agent last year. Unfortunately, he got injured. Will Fuller, can he stay healthy? He hasn't stayed healthy one season yet. You still got Jakeem Grant. And you got the 2 guys coming back, Albert Wilson from taking leave for COVID. Decent. They're decent. They're not, you don't look at them and be like, we're ready to
We're
go. We got
Super Bowl.
playmakers.
No, yeah.
We don't have it. So when they were sitting at 3, you look at the playmakers on the board. To me, the 2 guys that are like transcending once in a generational talent is from LSU,
Jamar Chase.
and then Pitts
from
Florida. Those are 2 dudes you're like, yo, if you get one of those, you're good. And then all of a sudden they trade back
This
to
is
12.
specifically for my cousin. Sorry, I just had to get that out. That was for you, Kyle.
My bad.
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
I hear that song and it just makes me want to throw up. But no, and I have to give Pitts that he's one of those guys that might be one of the best tight ends ever to come out, especially how they use the offense now. So when they traded back from 3 to 12, I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you screwed yourself. Like, you can't get those 2 dudes.
Yeah.
And they traded back up to 6. And I'm like, you're praying that they fall, but they're not going to fall.
Yeah.
Then they had a choice. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. Not going to lie. Super pissed that they took Jalen Waddle and not Devontae Smith.
You wanted them to take Smith. Isn't he a little tiny? You're a little worried about his size?
Were you worried about his size in the national championship with 160 yards?
I mean, it's not that.
Were you worried about his size when winning the Heisman?
Yeah, no, I hear you. He's got the accolades.
He's going against every single DB that's going to be a first-round,
we were talking about
pick.
Pat White earlier. Size matters.
Yeah, but Pat White plays quarterback, and he was before his time. They didn't do the spread. They put him in a wildcat. They had traditional pro style. Now it's running the spread. College offenses to say, what do you do best? Right? Devontae Smith, the NFL is soft now. You can't hit. Receivers don't get touched. So all you do is you keep him off the line so he can't get jammed. Put him in stack formations, and he'll be fine. You watch. Just watch.
He'll do well in Philly probably.
It just pissed me off. I just thought the Dolphins did a Dolphins move again.
Okay. Well, I thought that they did the Dolphins move with passing up on Najee Harris or Travis Etienne. Like we needed running backs, and both those guys were there. I don't hate the pick that we ended up taking, but it's like Najee Harris. I mean, I don't know what it is about running backs that scares teams so much from taking them high. It doesn't matter how good they are. They could be a Heisman Trophy winning running back, and they don't go until late first round, second. Why is that?
You're injury prone. It's the most injury prone besides the linebackers is running backs. Their career is 2.5 years in the NFL. And then if you look at it, if you look at the top 10 running backs in the NFL last year, maybe one was a first round pick. The rest are third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So it's a position that you can say I can get at the back end of the draft. Chris Greer does not value running backs. He just doesn't. If you look at his history, Myles Gaskin last year, 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Took the kid out of Cincinnati this year, 7th round pick. Undrafted. Laird, undrafted. So I wanted Najee Harris because I think he's going to be a beast.
He was such a perfect fit for Pittsburgh, dude. I mean, I was like, there's no way he's getting past Pittsburgh, and sure enough, I mean, what a perfect Steelers pick.
And then the premium position in the NFL is a pass rusher. So Jalen Phillips is the best in the draft. You take him, I'm cool with it, but I would have loved to see him get Javonte Williams out of UNC that end up with Denver in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I mean, I will say about Jalen.
I've got a Tar Heel over here.
Jalen Phillips. I mean, dude, that guy was like the highest recruited high school player in the country, and he ended up. I think there was a couple of like injury issues, some reasons why he dropped a little bit in the draft, but he was the top-rated edge rusher, period, in the whole draft that we got him. I mean, I'm not complaining, and I really like. I like the idea of Tua being able to drop the ball off fast and be able to get those yak. Like he'll be able to help him kind of open up the offense a little more with a deep threat as well. I don't hate the Waddle pick. I'll be honest, when I saw it, I was scratching my head a little bit. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't hate it.
I don't hate Waddle himself. I think he's a beast. I just think that they needed somebody that could be a 1. I don't feel like they have a 1 on this team to say, hey, it's 3rd and 10, go to him. It's 2nd and 5.
It's supposed to be Devontae if he's healthy.
Great. What are we, in year 6 or 7 still saying that? That's not your 11th pick. You need to be the go-to guy in 2nd or 3rd year. Learn the offense, get comfortable, get some size what you want to do, and be the man.
Yeah.
He's never been the man.
We ended up getting that running back from, what was it?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Oregon was a 2nd round pick that was a safety.
Dude, I loved his family's reaction when he got picked. I was like, oh, dude, you gotta love. They're so pumped to come down here, man. I mean, this is what is that like for like a college player who's going to NFL potentially in draft, or if you're trying to get signed as a free agent? I mean, are you thinking in your head, oh man, I want to go to a championship winner, or do you want to go to the warm weather like in Miami, no sales tax, all that shit? Like, what would be more appetizing? Because I feel like Florida, South Florida, we don't have Brady in the division anymore. People are a little more willing and apt to come to the AFC East since they don't have to compete with him twice a year at least. So I would think that Florida would be an appetizing spot for young players, but what would you think?
So first thing is, just like Dave Chappelle said, they only think one thing. I'm rich, bitch. That's it. That's all they think about.
Money.
When you're young, you don't care. You don't care. Who's paying me? That's all it is when you're young. It's when you actually get into the league and live in your city, which the 2 worst cities from past teammates of mine and everyone that plays in the league, I'm sure you guys can guess which are the 2 worst cities to be a young, successful, rich football player.
New York?
No.
Or are you saying the worst?
The worst cities.
Oh, okay.
Miami or Las Vegas?
Why would that be terrible?
Wait, you said the worst?
Green Bay?
1.
Oh, I think you meant for their career because they're going to party too much.
Cincinnati's at least a big city.
Hold on. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
There we go.
So literally, teammates told me, they're like, yo, bro, there's nothing to do. All they do is fly girls in. That's it.
I thought you meant the worst for their training. Like, it's better they live in somewhere boring because they can focus more on their training. That's why I'm like, Miami and Vegas, they're going to fuck up.
No, but you know what?
Now I get what you're saying.
There's
it's
a
boring.
reason why we have so many people that train in South Florida, because it's a great city to train.
Weather.
Because when it comes down to it, you can only train for so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
Right? So you wake up, you start your training at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
If you're a late sleeper as a football player. You train for an hour on the field. You train in the weight room for another hour. You go see your acupuncture, masseuse, whatever. You get your chef to cook your foods. And then what we do the rest of the day. You'd rather be in a city where you can say, let's go on a boat. Let's lay by the pool. Let's go to Home Depot and pick up some chicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like instead
Home Depot.
of
You pick up Mexicans at Home Depot.
no, you
Oh.
shit.
You pick up girls at Home
in
Depot?
Miami, I could pick up a chick in Publix, Home Depot,
Go into that
CVS.
What do you do? Do you go, do you like this wood? Or what do you say?
Do you like this wood?
Yeah.
Do you like this wood?
Want to go look at these screw? That's
And if it
over
was
there.
Do you
Anna,
like
she'd
the
be
screw?
like,
Yes,
I
you
do
got
not like
it.
that wood. I do. If it was Anna, I don't like that wood.
What's so
actually.
funny, like, you know, the whole joke is lesbians go to Home Depot, you know? So it's so funny you pick up the girls in Home Depot and then the butch lesbos are over there.
I saw some butch lesbos
Yeah,
at
they're like-
Costco yesterday
Oh,
buying
yeah,
a
yeah.
mattress.
Man,
And
listen,
was
I
like,
think the best place for chicks, like lesbians to pick up chicks, is like in the club. Because it's so easy for girls to approach a girl and her wall's going to be down like, oh, this girl's not hitting on me. So you start off slow and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're like,
scissoring?
damn, she got her over me. Some bullshit. What's scissoring? What is scissoring?
Scissoring is like the whole thing that they say.
She knows what I'm
lesbians
talking
do.
about. I see you.
As a Latin people say, tortillera. I would never, I never went after straight girls. I've never done
Ever?
that. No, it's-
You never had it in you to be like, I'm going to change this
Hell
chick.
no.
I'm gonna turn
Because
her.
you know what?
Yeah.
Because if somebody was trying to change me, I'd punch them in their fucking face. So if I was trying to change a girl,
But
I
I
let
thought we
people
were grabbing
do.
drinks after.
Oh, what the fuck, Anna?
Wait, but it works perfect, right? So get this. When I've toured with straight guy
Okay.
comics before, and I go, look, when I was single, I go, I get the lesbians, you get the straight girls, and the bisexual girls. It works out,
That
right?
works out. Well,
I get the lesbians, they get the straight and bi girls.
okay, bi girls got to be with the dudes.
They're gonna be straight anyway.
Yeah.
Bi girls are straight, so that's
Okay,
just
okay.
yeah, that's not a thing.
Those are
But-
spaghettis. That's
No,
what they're
that's
called.
just those are the girls that are like, oh my god, I like that. Hook up with a girl once. So that's a bi girl. She's
I'll
really
take
straight.
that chick.
So
I'll
you
take
see
her.
what I mean?
I'll take her.
That's why I've never tried to change a straight girl. Like
Yeah.
if she's straight, she's straight. And then I'm out with my buddies. That's for that's the potentially if she likes them. That's your opportunity, and that's just how it works.
I like
Yeah.
that. I've hung with some lesbians. I got some friends where they'll be like, yeah, look at that ass. I'm like, yes, look
Yeah.
at that ass. Like,
Fuck yeah.
you like the
Look,
same
it's-
shit as me.
It's one thing to admire girls together, but I
Oh,
would,
for
but I
sure.
would never like try to
No
change a straight girl.
competition.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
competition.
yeah.
It's about friends, like homies, like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
you like
That-
her? Cool, you got
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You seen it first.
Bro,
Yeah,
if you had a lesbian who was out with you and you did end up in a competition thing, like, could you really get that upset if she ended up
No, I'm
winning?
gonna lose.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
wouldn't.
like,
I'm gonna lose.
You can't get
I'm
upset.
gonna
at that.
lose. It's all you listen,
all you can do-
100% I'm gonna lose.
All you can do is just try and buy for being in the room or
Can
be
I watch?
part of it.
Can
Yeah,
I just watch?
let me
I'll
be
sit in
part
the
of it.
bathroom and look to the crack
Yeah.
and never even gonna know I'm there.
Okay, well, so let's make a hard left turn here.
We talk about going to stare at girls' asses together, which, by the way, is true. That's what my buddies say. They go, "Oh, look at that girl." I go, "Yeah." It's such a comfort thing. But I promise, I'll always be like, "That's all. That's your shot." And
But-
obviously now I have a girlfriend, so I can't go. Stop it. Watch. I feel like I'm gonna run into you.
Yep.
I'm gonna see you in like 6 months or a year. He's gonna have a Colombian girlfriend. We're gonna be like, we're in it together.
Oh no,
Let's drink.
I've been there before. I've been there before. I've definitely been there.
I wanted to ask Anna really quick before we. Okay, so fill us in a little bit. You said that you've got you do these drag shows, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
tell
He would
Oh,
look beautiful.
thank you for
Brian
the
would
beer.
look beautiful in drag.
I mean, you host drag shows. You incorporate comedy into it, right? Like, tell me, I'm like a well-intentioned cisgender fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on at a drag show. Like, and I think they're entertaining and it's funny. I think it's very cool, but I've never been to one before. So tell somebody who's just like kind of a vanilla white boy why they need to go to a drag show.
I tell all the boys and girls. So my drag show isn't your typical drag show. What I do is I'll do a show in a city, and I'll recruit local comedians to dress as drag. There are no drag queens in the drag show. I take professional comedians, because let me tell you, I've gotten into some shit. I've had people go, you better put a drag queen on that show. That's transphobic. I go, really? It's not transphobic. I have straight, gay, and trans comedians is the key word. Drag queens are funny, right? That's great. They're hilarious. They know how to do crowd work. But
they really do, though.
But
they really do. I don't know what it is.
They're phenomenal, right? And I have my favorite drag queen actually here in South Florida is Daisy Dead Petals, who I've been pushing to do.
What a name.
Daisy Dead. What the?
She's fantastic. And
she know
Daisy Dead Petals? She knows Daisy Dead
Voodoo Lounge back in the day.
Who? Okay.
Yeah. But Daisy was
I don't know. Go ahead.
Was actually one of my inspirations to get into comedy. I used to do a talk radio show in South Florida, and after that I go to Voodoo Lounge, sit by myself in VIP and not drink and watch the drag shows. And Daisy Dead Petals was such a comedic performance that really inspired me. But my show is called Comedians in Drag Doing Comedy. So it's literally what the title is. It's comedians, professional comedians who have sweated open mics and then suffered
kind of
for
a
years.
Fantastic idea. The more I think about this,
it is wild. Let me tell you. I get 4 male comics. They could be gay, straight, whatever, but I prefer straight male comics to dress in drag.
Just for your own pleasure.
For my own pleasure. And plus, the majority of the comedy scene is straight males anyways. But this Thursday, I'm going to be at C&I Studios in Fort Lauderdale. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. Show starts at 8:30 p.m. I have Nelijah, straight female comic. She'll be dressing as a man. So all the female comics dress as man. I put on a little mustache, look a little bit like Dave Navarro. Everybody tells me. And then
I can see that. Yeah, as soon as you sound like.
Now we just gotta get you tatted up.
And I have Drew Illa, a straight beautiful black comedian who is one of the nicest dressed comedians. He's on it. And I have Rodney Badger, a straight white man, doing it, and then 2 gay male comics doing it. So it's going to be a real good time. I just had it in Lake Worth last week. I had 4 dudes and a girl on it.
Was Freddie in there? Is that where I saw Freddie
Finnerty, yeah.
Freddie Finnerty, who was the last little Irishman.
He's a shorter comic.
You got a black man to dress up as a drag?
A couple times. It's hard to do.
One?
It's hard to do.
Boy.
But not only that, do I finally have, because it's very hard for me to get, some guys just don't want to do it. It's hard for me to get black men on the show. I have a really good looking, he's one of the nicest dressed, super straight black male comics in the show, and I couldn't be more excited.
If you were straight, would that be your type?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
You never, wait, time out.
No. I don't. Hold on a
personal.
second. Wait a second. That's not fair, because I'm as straight as they come, and I could sit here and tell you, if I had an opportunity with Brad Pitt, I'd think about it at the very least. That's all I'm trying to say. If that was your only dude, Brian, you can laugh all you want. If that's the only experience you ever had in your life as a gay man was with Brad Pitt, you trying to tell me you wouldn't fuck it.
For you, good job. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that a hard question to answer, though?
No, the only look, I didn't know if you've ever, some people have tried the opposite sex and said this isn't for me, and then says I'm gay. You knew all of a sudden, you knew all along.
I mean, I was. We'll go into that another time.
Okay.
But it's one of those things that, I don't know. Could you tell me if there was a guy that would be your type if you were a straight woman?
No.
Yeah,
or a straight woman?
If you were a straight woman or a gay guy or whatever. If you were
Brian,
into men,
don't be like that, bro.
I told you if I was a woman, what I would be.
What?
A lesbian.
Oh yeah. See, so that's like me. I guess if I was a woman, I'd be a lesbian, right?
If you were a man, you'd be straight as fuck.
No, you know what though? I think if I was to be born a man, I'd want to be a gay man because they have so much fun. My God, with straight people, it's so complicated, and even, you got to talk to the girl for, even for me, you got to talk to the girl for 8 months before anything happens. And gay guys, they look at each other from across the room. They do Grindr. They meet in the bathroom
I'm gonna be in your
stall.
ass tonight.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
I'm telling you, man. That high testosterone.
Because men are men.
Yeah.
Even gay men.
Women are the ones that say no, and you're like, look, how many times can I take this chick out?
But men are
going to dinner.
You
come on the boat. All right, we better be doing something after the boat. Or it's over with.
The implication. Because the implication.
8 months? You're going to the wrong places in Miami.
No, I'm exagerada. I'm exaggerating. I'm just saying, girls, you have to talk to them. You gotta, this and that. I don't. You gotta
ease into the scissoring. You can't just hop right into it.
The
Gay dudes got it right, though. You're right. Gay dudes got it right.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? You
But
want
do
to
you
fuck?
know why?
All right, cool. We're out.
Testosterone.
Facts.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I like
Women
that
don't. Women, women do produce testosterone naturally, but it's the high testosterone with two men. They know what they want. Gets them straight to business.
I mean, every man, that's all they want, right?
Yeah, but women can't match that unless they actually have, it's actually alcohol does increase testosterone in women. Actually, that's something funny when I do a beer seminar. So when you said if I'm making money off my doctorate, I am doing seminars on the health benefits of beer and speaking at conferences when it's not COVID. But I do like to mention that beer actually improves libido or alcohol because the alcohol. But here's the catch, though. So around your second pint, whether you're male or female, your testosterone is increasing. But when men have gone past moderate, which is after their third or fourth, the testosterone starts to decline for men. But for women, it continues to increase.
You know what we call that?
That makes some
whiskey
sense.
dick.
Yeah, whiskey dick, Henny dick, whatever you drink. That's what it is. You be in there like, I got this.
Yeah.
I don't got this. All right, I'm going home.
See, that's something that men just women don't understand. It is the worst feeling in the world. Like, my mind's ready to go, but you just got that whiskey dick or whatever.
But she's holding it like,
might be.
Really? This is
and they're looking like
I don't look good enough, and you're like, bro, I swear it's not you.
Yeah.
I drank way too much tonight. Just in the morning, get the hell out of my room. Okay, I gotta go. I swear morning sex is better.
Dude, thank you. That's my
excuse.
shit.
That's my excuse.
I like that in the morning, yeah. Maybe probably because I'm an alcoholic and I'm too fucked up to, yeah. But that's interesting. Okay, I like that.
You gotta be good to your testosterone levels.
So ladies, give them 4 drinks and I'll be good.
Well, that's the other thing though. That's the catch. So if she's had too much to drink, even if her testosterone's high, what good is a girl if she's, walking like a newborn baby deer on ice? You know what I mean? You want the performance to be key too, not just the hormones. Yeah.
I normally just say a dead fish, but damn, that's a good one.
Well, maybe she's trying, you know what I mean?
I like that shit.
So that's the key to it. And moderation, I know, moderation is so hard for people to maintain, but when you desensitize yourself to alcohol, you spend less money, you get buzzed easier, and it's better for your hormones and for your overall health. But it's not good for business, so just tip your bartenders a lot and just drink a lot at the field, right?
There we go. Yeah, make sure. Are you guys still hooking up Steph? They're really cool here with there's this Steph who's been working here for 10 years, and she's going through a double mastectomy right now. And she's got 2 young kids, and things are looking good. But the last couple of weeks, they've been giving all the tips to Steph and taking care of her. They really look out for each other here, man. They're super awesome people. So shout out to Steph. We want to make sure that Steph is getting well at home. We love you, Steph. All right, let's take a little turn. What we're going to do before we get you out of here, we got a little time left. Mental Reps questionnaire, and it's kind of like a lightning round, so don't overthink it, but we're going to do a little questionnaire here, all right?
Is it one word or is it multiple words?
Serious. What's in the box? What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What do you mean?
Look, the fly is in my beer.
Answer the question, Claire.
Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Finally got him.
Out of a DeLorean?
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Is Darth Vader my father?
For real? I want answers.
Without a good question, a good answer has no place to go. It's time for the Mental Reps questionnaire.
You like that, Anna? It's I'll just pour a little bit out.
I love White Brian's way of getting the beer on the not Bahamian Irish Brian. I like White Brian's way of spilling his beer, of getting the fly out of his beer. He just spills it out.
Just we'll get out of there. That's good. That works.
By the way, my drag comedy show makes a huge mess at the end, and I don't tell people what it is, but I usually have 2 finalists at the end of who wins the drag comedy show, and it's so messy. You got to see it. It's great.
By the way, she's got some merch afterwards that she's going to be giving out as well. You got some merch.
I sell. I don't give it out.
Well, yeah.
I love you guys, but
yeah, good call.
COVID, baby.
Indy, as a matter of fact, you make sure everybody's got a Mental Rep sticker. Before we take off, and we got the magnets and face masks and all that stuff. The t-shirts, if anybody wants to come grab one. All right, first question. This is Mental Reps questionnaire. We're going to start with Anna.
Okay.
If you could meet anyone current or historical and spend the day picking their brain, who the fuck would it be?
Wow.
Who's it, Kennedy?
Who do you say?
Who?
I heard it's Kennedy. Something Kennedy. This is Anna's question, sir.
I've always wanted to hang out with Billy Idol. Maybe Ozzy, but before like the jitters were, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that guy was never coherent, right?
I know. Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd want to pick their brain so much. Maybe the guy who invented the computer, the gay guy that did it during the World War II, and like they made a movie about him.
See, that's like some special gay history.
I'm
we
about
don't
to
know
say
about.
some gay shit I don't know about either.
leave it to a gay guy to invent the
that shit.
computer. Yeah,
Fuck yeah, okay.
They made a movie about him. It was brilliant man. He was British, and he developed this system which eventually became the computer. And it was they were able to tap in on the German communication in World War II. So this was the guy that was the mastermind behind that.
Is it Alan Turing?
Imitation Game. Thank you. Yeah.
Alan Turing.
That guy. Thank you.
Okay, very nice.
Thank you.
I like that. That's a good answer. What about you, Brian?
It doesn't say he's gay though, so are you making that up and saying gay?
No. Unfortunately, like when they found that he was gay, they actually didn't even put him into like any sort of they didn't give him any sort of honor or recognition until like late, like I think 2010 or something like that, because he was gay. Yeah, they made him take hormones and all sorts of shit, and he died.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Me, easy. Bob Marley.
Okay, I like
Marley,
that,
man.
dude. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Sit back,
Rastafari.
Chill. Yeah. I mean, not for the intellect, but just a good time.
Fuck yeah, I like that. All right, if you could have, if you had one round trip ticket in a time machine, when and where would you go?
Oh, that's great. I think I would go to Cuba in the 20s or the 30s.
Oh,
Castro,
actually,
yeah.
that's not a bad. I see you. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good
that
one
was like
right
the
there.
dope spot. I mean, like anywhere, anybody who's going down to Cuba.
Yeah,
back
40s,
then.
anything, pre-Castro, and go check out my relatives when they were younger and stuff, inspire them.
All right, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, B?
That's dope. Shit, that ruined my shit. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, that shit was good.
Ain't fucking good at all.
You know what? I feel like it'd be so much fun to go to like the early 80s in Miami with all that craziness going down.
Yes, cocaine cowboy stuff.
hell
yes.
yeah.
That's going to be my second choice.
Or whenever, wherever Woodstock was, I would love to go back then because I feel like there was no such thing as condoms. And I could try drugs because they were clean back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's straight from...
Or pre-AIDS days.
Oh, free love, dude.
Which is Woodstock.
I'm just saying, I don't want to wear condoms. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm scared of that.
Shrink wrap. No, so, dude, like in the 60s, dude, I feel like I would fucking thrive in the 60s.
Hell
I
yeah.
love that. Like, people were expanding their minds and shit, taking acid and mushrooms and fucking everybody left and right. I mean, it sounds like a great time to me.
Hell yeah.
Have either one of you ever taken psychedelics?
No, I never.
Oh, that's right. You said no. You, Brian?
Took mushrooms last week. It was only my third time in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
I got some bad white friends, man. They're bad influences on me, man.
It's always white friends.
It is white guys. I don't care what nobody
shrooms,
says. Black dudes ain't gonna be like, you want to do some shrooms?
Yeah, never.
No.
I never met
Some
a
of you want to smoke some weed?
shrooms.
Copy that. I like that.
They tricked me though. They tricked me. 'Cause I'm a sweet tooth guy, and I was hungry on the boat, and I see chocolate
covered,
and I'm like, oh, this shit, that shit's good. And the one dude's smiling at me like, and I'm like, fuck, what happened? He goes, those are trippy treats. I'm like, oh.
Trippy treats. Hell
So yeah, I was like, damn, I feel good. I'm gonna do this again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, expand your mind, son.
Yeah, it was
if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Easy.
You go first.
Fly.
What?
To fly.
Fly.
Hell yeah.
That's like the go-to,
Just imagine
right?
being up there with the birds and just chilling and just doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
You want to
You're
go to the
like,
Maldives?
Fuck
Fly.
all you.
Yeah, man, to fly, that'd be amazing.
Okay, I like that.
I'd probably cure cancer and diseases or some shit.
Okay, you have to be that fucking person
I don't know,
to
for
be
real.
super
That's
selfless.
Superpower?
How cool would that be, though? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like a really noble answer.
Oh, I don't know. See-through girls' shirts.
All right, there we go. I like
you
that.
go.
Very nice. See,
I mean,
again,
selfless
we
or
find
selfish
common
ones,
ground.
right?
I was gonna say be invisible so I could do some dumb shit like that, but
See, that's the creeper answer. That's the creeper answer. And anybody who answers that invisibility, you know,
Oh,
like
they're pervert.
You know,
fucking
in
pervert.
Miami, you don't have to. I mean, like, I was just doing a show in Brickell, and I was there with a comedy friend of mine, and they just walk around there with no bras on, white T-shirts.
Like I told you,
Side
Home
boob,
Depot,
yeah.
Publix, CVS, anywhere you go,
Costco.
there's gonna be some chicks.
Costco.
Everywhere. It doesn't
With
make
no
a difference.
bra on at Home Depot.
Nothing. Walking down like cheeks out.
Yeah, Miami, you're
chilling.
right. You're right. You know what?
I'm
They do
telling
walk
you.
around with shit out in Miami.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I love Miami. I'm not leaving. Look at that. I'm not going anywhere.
God bless America.
It's true. Man, Home Depot picking up girls.
This requires like maybe a little thought. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
If you could create a Woodstock type music festival featuring 5 musical acts from any era, who would they be?
Wow.
I got that. I can do that right now. You can think. All right, cool. Already named 1. Bob Marley.
Yep.
Okay, boom. Michael Jackson.
Okay.
2. Queen.
Ooh.
3.
Ooh, okay.
Prince. And I keep a good group and stuff like that. And then take one to my childhood. We'll go Nirvana.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I like to mix it up, you know what I'm saying?
I
like
like
to
that.
mix it up.
That's a
Can
mean
I
lineup.
do this with the genres?
Go whatever you
Sam
like.
Cooke.
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix, but he's got to tone back on the girl beating. He's got to stop that, all right? Jimi Hendrix can't do that shit. Let's see who else. I think Ozzy's pretty fucking interesting. Let's do some David Lee Roth, Van Halen, not Sammy, whatever.
Yeah,
Hagar.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Yeah. What is that? Just one more? I don't know. My genres are all fucking crazy out of whack.
Little Bach.
Let's do Nat King Cole. I really like a lot of old. Like,
trifling bitch. Yeah.
I like a lot of old.
That's a good list.
Yeah, I like that.
My list was all over the board.
Which makes a good music festival if it's all over.
Do you believe in ghosts? Explain.
I've always wanted to. Like, I was actually going to ask, when was this restaurant built, whatever started?
Jay, do you know when this? Well, they've been like 17 years here as the field, right?
Yeah,
here he is on the mic. Go ahead.
It was a house in the 1940s,
Wow.
50s, early 1950s, we think. It was a restaurant converted with extensions in 1982, and it became the field in 2001.
Wow.
So it was originally a house, and there's definitely ghosts here, but we've never seen any.
I was going to ask, I want to believe in ghosts so bad. I used to want to hook up with ghosts.
Then you'll
back when I
definitely
was
see
single. I
a
can't do that
ghost.
now. That the ghost will totally get stabbed, you know what I mean? So that wouldn't happen. But I want to believe really bad. I've just never seen anything. But I believe in that it's not just us, so.
Okay.
Go to Ireland. You
Ghosts.
definitely go stay in one of those castles.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah?
My cousin's wedding was in the sticks. Like, we're driving. It's completely dark. I'm like, yo, where the hell are we going? It was one of those, like in a scary movie where you go to the bathroom. It's not in your room. It's down the hall. And every step that you take, it's... And I'm stopping like, what the fuck? And I believe them for sure. I mean, listen. It's all types of stuff that we can't be in this little earth of ours in this huge universe, and we're the only ones.
You know, I like the idea of like look at it in dimensions. Okay, we have our 3 dimensions. They prove that there are at least 11 to 12, and they think that they're like much more, like many dozens more, if not more than that. To sit and think that, I mean, look at the way that we can see light and or hear sound or whatever. There's so many things going on around us that are, we might not be able to pick up on. We were just talking the other day about what is it when you hear your friend, you're like, man, I haven't heard from Brian in a fucking minute. And then you get the call 2 seconds. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah.
There are people who are actively working right now trying to figure it out, but we don't know yet. So I think there's absolutely... Yeah, something to that.
For sure.
Just even dimensionally, there's some
100%.
shit going on.
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Actually, I was gonna say that's actually the reason why I never got into drugs or anything. I think it's also because my parents and all my, they're never into drugs. They're still like, but I will say this, and I don't know if anybody else is a night owl, but my circadian rhythm is totally. I go to bed late. I get up later in the day. That's just how I've always been since I was little. And I truly feel like around 2, 3 in the morning, you can sense things that you wouldn't normally sense during the day.
I
never see anything, but I feel like I sense certain things late at night. And again, I don't do drugs, and I barely
things
drink.
are a little
totally
heightened.
Sober. Yeah, there's some things. Yeah,
for sure.
And they do see that's the witching hour, don't they?
Yeah.
3.
You should try shrooms. You definitely see something.
I'm sure I would.
You definitely
I think I see shit already as it is, so I think I don't
I
need
guarantee
anything.
you, it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be like purple elephants, and you don't know how to control your actions.
It's not that.
Yeah, I heard.
You literally, you're just laughing the whole time, and just having a good time.
Sounds like my everyday.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
Literally, that was for me. Like I didn't
Yeah.
sit there and see like a talking squirrel or some shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no,
I wanna
that's
see
not.
talking
No,
squirrel.
All right, tell me about somebody who changed your life for the better.
Oh man.
Whoever first.
You can go
It's up to you.
My mother. You know, my mother's, my backbone. My mama's boy taught me everything I needed to know. How to, live, how to respect women, how to just be you as a real man in this world. Not to judge color, religion, anything. Just see somebody that doesn't look like you, talk to them. Go on a date with a girl that might be Jewish, learn something from that person. So I'm always trying to learn, teach myself about, and I have to say my mom was that one.
I love it. Shout out to Mama Monroe.
I would definitely say mom as well, grandmother.
Yeah.
Basically they're the ones that like, what would they do, and then that's what you should go with. Well, most of the time she doesn't want me to get tattoos, and I just have on my hand tattoos, so I do that. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Tell me about if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds. This is the last one. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say? If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds.
Sure.
What would you say? And it's gonna be on. You're gonna be on
like
the spot too, because it's
I'm
not
gonna be
like
on
you're
the
gonna
spot
sit
in front of the world.
You can't sit there and think about it for weeks. You're on the spot. You got the world's attention for 30 seconds. What do you say?
Are we giving him 30 minutes now?
30
or no?
seconds,
Oh,
starting now.
30 seconds? Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that we live in a world that you have to take advantage of every day.
You just wasted 2 seconds
every
pausing.
second. So, my OnlyFans is B Monroe 15. Follow me and get some money, baby.
There we go. I like that. Very good. What about you, Anna?
God, mine again is gonna be like, don't litter.
Yeah.
Don't try to change lesbians. Have all the sex you want, mutual consent, all that shit. Buy my merch.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
gotta
have
make
an
some
OnlyFans.
money.
Go on Brian's OnlyFans, please. Support him.
You'll see me eating food.
You'll see me on mine licking my own nipple like Peter Griffin, just occasionally. Keep things interesting.
And I don't know, get somebody to get me a comedy special. Hey, and get on Brian's OnlyFans.
Thank you.
I love it.
Appreciate that.
All right, everybody online, we really appreciate you. Sorry there was a couple of technical difficulties, and we got them ironed out, but thank you everybody for watching online. We really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate everybody. We got some nice comments and shit. Sorry we can get them to them all. I got the quote of the week real quick. It's good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be an extremely valuable savings account. I like that. I think that's from Ann Wilson Schaaf. So take a little interest in your health. Let's try and be around as long as we can. Be better versions today than we were yesterday, and all that good shit. And try and help the people around us as well. Anna, you got some merch that you want to share with everybody really
and
quick?
I want to add to that quote. It's just so sad when you see people that have so much money. They work their asses off to get all the money they have. And then they're older, and the one thing they wish for is their health.
Mm-hmm.
The two things they couldn't get were maybe they were assholes, so that's why they didn't get love. But if the ones that are so preoccupied in building wealth, you really have to remember to live and take care of your health so much. The plastic surgery, all the bullshit, once it's too late, it's not going to cut it. It's not.
There you go. Very nice. Okay. I like.
Oh, my merch.
Yeah, and your merch. What's
I
going on
can't
with
wear
your
that
merch?
shirt.
Let me see this. Let me see.
Wear that shirt.
What does it say?
I do sell the shirt. I got small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, 2 fingers. 1 is medical, 2 is magical.
Okay, very nice.
Hot off the press. I have them in a box. I just got them from my screen printing place.
It is in a box. You're right.
And if you want one of them online, email Anna or find her online and ask her for one.
This is actually what I say. I have them in my Subaru, actually. They're in the car.
The
I don't
Subaru,
travel.
of course.
Don't message me on.
Of course, you have a Subaru.
Stick shifts. That's knob lesbians know how to maneuver. I always say don't message me because once I'm in town, you got to get it while I'm there. But I always say I have a PhD. I know most lesbians work at FedEx. But I have a PhD and I work at FedEx. I just love the box so much, and that's why I say that.
Yeah, very nice. I like that.
My other shirt, if you have any special Karen in your life, live, laugh, lick pussy.
Okay. I think we can all get behind that.
Can't wear that one either.
Yeah.
I like that.
Damn it.
Yeah, dare you.
Listen, I'll make my third one in a way that you can wear it. And then
Yeah, wear that
shit.
And then of course I have my book. There's pictures in it. It's like a really easy to read breakdown on why beer is so healthy, and it breaks down into separate chapters on the different health benefits. And I sign it, but I'm not a Kardashian. But Kardashians are dumb as fuck. That Kim in law school, that's bullshit. That's such bullshit. What do you think about that?
Preach, man. Go. You don't want me to talk about them, man. I'll
Tell me.
fucking go in. They're terrible, man.
Yeah.
They're famous for having a sex tape.
Yeah.
Horrible people.
Call it what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who understands that? I mean, I just don't. And their pops or step pops or ex step pop, whatever the fuck, is running for governor of California right now.
The chick or the dude?
Caitlyn.
Yeah. The chick or
the
the dude?
The really
Jenner.
stable one.
I don't know which one.
Anyway,
I don't get that.
Go ahead and follow us on all the social medias. Mental Reps Podcast. I'm Brian Wright. Brian Wright on air. Brian Monroe 15. I think is Brian Monroe 15 on all the social medias. Pretty much.
B Monroe 15 on Instagram. B_Monroe 15 on Twitter.
Okay. All right. I like that. And Anna, is it Anna Lepeley _Lepeley?
It's Dr. Lepeley. So Dr_Lepeley.
Yeah. See, you
I'm changing mine to Dr. Monroe.
I would be flexing that. Doctor.
Medical. That's all I gotta say. I could be a doctor. Boom.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, there you go. I would be flexing that PhD so hard.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
great.
you work so hard for it.
I love it. I'll tell you what, I don't read books, but I can read research till 5 a.m. I love it. This book was such a pain in the ass. This is my second book. Every single statement made in that book is, besides the humor, is justified by research. I cannot make statements unless it's justified by human peer-reviewed research. I didn't support it with any animal studies. Otherwise, the book would be 60 pages longer because they're doing studies on animals. But why, when we have so many humans that are willing to volunteer to get shit-faced for research voluntarily?
Yeah, you got all these references in the back. Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
You have all these references in the back. Clearly, you took this very seriously. Anybody go pick up Beer is Good for You. You can grab it tonight or get a hold of her online and get it from her there.
Oh, yeah, because it's online. Sorry, I was telling people to listen to me online. That's right, because we got these people watching.
What's you got a website?
No.
Okay, just find her online.
Nobody goes to websites. That's so 2010, right? Nobody does that anymore.
I mean, mentalreps.net. Go check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Go to
That's
your
all
website.
I'm saying.
Yeah, go to your website. But I'm not going to have a website.
You're good. We got merch. We got the Mental Reps merch. Anna's got some merch. The Patreon page is up. Please, whatever you guys can do, we really appreciate you. Mentalreps.net. Go check it out.
Yeah, go to his website, please. If you're going to go to any website, go to that.
You're all in the Mental Reps family now. I really appreciate you all for coming out. Thank you so much for coming and enjoying the night with us. We love you all. Thank you so much for coming out. And we're going to be back next month with a brand new, some new guests, and this is what we do here. And find me online, Mental Reps Podcast, whatever. If anybody wants to come say hi or whatever, we'll take a quick pic safely up here to the stage, and we'll make it happen. Much love, Brian Monroe, Dr. Anna Lepeley, Brian Wright, Mental Reps Podcast. We're out. Much love.